Now available at the Dix Division Prepper Warehouse, the latest in summertime fashion, the all-new Culture Casino brand banana hammocks and slingshots. With sizes ranging from Extra Jed to Culture's Yeti Arm to Drew's Suspension Bridge, you'll feel comfortable no matter your size or location. Stop by Thursday and get a 20% discount on all banana hammock hand cannon hangers. Dix Division Prepper Warehouse. Open late Monday and Thursday on Comix Division's channel.
Folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Good evening, everybody.
What up?
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's nice and hot this weekend, so I'm wearing shorts for a change.
I'm watching Twitter meltdown again. Freaking J.K. Rowling came out celebrating her announcements for Harry Potter, and all the Twitter's melting down once more.
Yay!
It's like every day, man. Twitter melting down.
Yeah.
She came out. I'm going to lay down on a large stock of champagne as I contemplate the fact that I have all of these horrific things coming my way, and new shows and movies. How difficult it is to be me.
You know, you got to find a way of like harvesting that Twitter outrage and turning it into money in some form or fashion.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Monetizing the haters, as Eric July likes to say.
That's what Eric says.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything now is
like Netflix.
Everything's influencer all the time. I was out at the park today, or yesterday I was at the park, and there were like 10 couples doing a prom, but one of them was doing traditional photographs. The other 9 were doing TikTok videos.
Oh God. Oh God.
And they each had their boom boxes and their cameras, and they were doing, oh my God. I mean, what are you all doing?
You know what's crazy? You bring up the influencers, Reuben, because that was the one thing, like the whole Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney controversy. Because I remember I saw that, and I almost lost my shit on that. And not even because of Dylan, because Dylan for me is just a non-factor. My whole factor was, okay, as just from an analytical, like a business standpoint, as accountant and marketing or manager and all that shit, in what world is Dylan Mulvaney, take out the trans, female, take out all that stuff. In what world are they actually have any influence? Because that's the thing. Dylan's influence is specifically TikTok, because that's where all these marketers look. So to marketers, like people are like, why are they picking all these people? It's because a lot of the marketers, you see like the VP they just fired.
Yes.
They're looking at damn TikTok because that's where they're like, oh, that's where the kids are at, whoever.
Correct.
I'm like, it's a swiping thing. Like, oh, you get a laugh, swipe next one. It doesn't mean shit. Everyone likes and follows damn near video. Your numbers and influence is overly inflated. It doesn't mean shit. So the fact they grabbed Dylan, thinking they had that person in general, take out everything else that comes attached to them, just Dylan, like their numbers are. But the fact you believe those numbers were real and carried weight and influence, and you chose that person as an influencer for one of your campaigns, was one of the dumbest fucking decisions I ever saw. I was like, this is a known fact that's been coming out more and more, that all of these so-called influencers are bullshit. They have no influence.
It's true, but the thing is that the young people want 3 things now. I asked somebody. They want money, fame / influence, or to be, popular, whatever, just be the one
yeah,
that everyone looks at. All
Is
the
that really
clicks are,
so different than anything at any point in human history, though?
No, there's
Not
no
really,
difference.
no.
It's just
It's
a
just
different
how
tool
it
to
works.
do it with.
It's just
But
that,
it's
but again, I never wanted fame and fortune. I just wanted to be successful in my own field, or whatever I decided to do. I want to be the best at what I'm doing for me. It wasn't for someone else to appreciate me.
well, Reuben,
I didn't do it
that's
to look
sort of
at
what
me.
I'm was trying to get. But I think you just sounded better. Is like that is playing into how you say it's successful. I think some people mix up being famous with success. They see it as one and the same.
That's it.
Got you.
But here's the thing. In China, the corporate-private partnership, the Communist Party forces you. Everyone wants to be a communist if you want to succeed in there. And lo and behold, yesterday I ran into a Chinese national who was here, who's fighting a bill in Florida about China buying up land in Florida. And she was there on January 6th, showed me the pictures, and she was a foreign, a native in the native land, and she's a maid, but she was basically saying how bad the Chinese people are. I'm sorry, how bad the Chinese government is and all that stuff. So it was just very, very interesting. I said, I know this stuff, and she gave me information. I want to interview her because again, the Chinese people are it's what we're going to get to if we don't act up. And then wake up and start fighting back. This is ridiculous because again, the emperor has no clothes. Marie Jean-Pierre, all the people of the Biden administration, not just Biden. Biden is the meat puppet. He's just out there. He's a figurehead. He's not in control. All the other morons in the background are doing everything and screwing everything up. And they have complicit with the news saying what they want to say. So it's like, come on, someone's got to wake up. It's crazy.
Have you
Actually, let me interrupt you. Before we get into it, let's get through the introductions like we normally do. It's okay. Hey, Lightning 6, how are you doing? And he's
turn my audio on. There we go. I'm good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Not too bad. How's your weekend?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Yeah, it's just real busy, and it's starting to warm up down here in Florida. So yeah, we're having fun.
Right on, man. J.S. Pena, how are you, sir? Is he
muted?
Muted or
muted
in the bathroom? All right.
Who knows?
Joe, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, man. I'm tired as usual on Sundays. I work 2 days at the rehab, and I don't sleep well when I'm up there. I don't know why it is. I guess it's because I'm not in my own bed, so I catch up on it on Sundays. But yeah,
catching up on your
a
insomnia.
little lethargic, yeah, but I'm good. Good to see you.
Right on. How you doing, Tim? What are you up to?
Not a whole lot. I did a church choir this morning, so I didn't really sleep last night, so I had to take a nap before this live stream.
Yeah, I was on my laptop just doing some stuff, and I was like falling asleep in my in the chair. It was pretty funny. So I can relate to that. Reuben, man, what are you up to? You going to Vegas?
Well, that's a problem. I can't right now. I can't go theoretically because there was a data breach on my crypto card.
Oh,
my funds are safe, but
Well,
again,
good.
I don't. But again, the one I have here, the one crypto. Then I caught it. So then they locked it down, and then now I have to wait like probably around 12 more days to get the card. So I can't use my card right now. And then last Friday I got a little sick, went to the doctors, and then I lost my other credit card and I canceled that one too. But again, but that's so far good this week. Cooking my food, working out, discovering more things about what I'm doing here, continue to dropping weight and feeling good. It's been a good week this week despite everything else. So I'm gonna find out what happens in the next few days. If I can go, if I can't, then I can't because I got to. It's bad. Whatever. It happens. It's life.
Yeah, right on, man. Sorry about your card.
Yeah, no problem.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Welcome, newcomer Taxterra. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. It's been an interesting week, but overall,
Yeah, I've heard, and yeah, new supporter. Been watched you a bit. Like I been a supporter of Carrie Smith for quite a while, and through Carrie found you and the crew at FNT and all that. And
Awesome.
yeah, since COVID, I've been working remotely, but I have my week in the office. So I spent my day driving down to Texas from my place out in the middle of nowhere in the Ozark Mountains, and I'm knitting.
What are you knitting?
I'm working. Okay, I'm working on a cardigan. It's with merino wool and mohair.
So is this actual knitting or crocheting?
Actual knitting. I started as a crocheter, and for a long time
my wife does that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, for a long time I didn't think I would like knitting was just the thing that I couldn't figure out how to do. And then someone told me, "Oh, you should try continental knitting." And then it clicked, and I really enjoy the fabric that I create through knitting. I still crochet. I like to use it for blankets and stuff. But yeah. So sorry guys, you have to hear about my love of wool.
Merino wool is the highest quality wools. You buy a shirt like that, it doesn't have to. It's naturally antibacterial, naturally.
Yeah, I love my wool. I love merino. I also love BFL, blue-faced Leicester. It's really nice. It's a lot like merino and not as common. I'd like to see more of it. And I have chickens this year too. I'm a chicken mom.
Nice. Well, you're in good company because Southern Belle is also a knitter.
Oh, that's good.
How many eggs do you get a day?
Well, the funny thing is that we started out, the first round of chicks we got were broilers, but then my husband didn't cut them when it was time to cut them.
Oh.
Well, right now we're cutting the extra roosters. So we have about 7 broiler hens who are actually laying.
Oh, good.
And if the damn dogs aren't eating the eggs.
Oh, man.
Hey, yeah, you might need
we get like 3 a day or so, but we have another cohort of egg-laying chickens. They're chicks. I guess they're probably like 6 weeks old now, maybe.
Oh, nice.
I'm not even sure how many of those we have. It's like the whole chicken math thing started happening, and my husband, like, we were gonna get 35, and then he brought more home.
Oh, 35 chickens, and then got
35 chicks. Yeah.
Chicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy.
Hey, I mean, you're set for the apocalypse, so.
I know. So I can hook people up with eggs.
Nice.
That's awesome. JS Pena, you still with us?
Yes, hello, Comix. Sorry, I was here earlier, but unfortunately, a certain family member chose the right time to be a pain in the ass.
It happens.
They're always good for that.
It happens.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm good, man.
I've been okay mostly. Procrastinating, homework, the usual.
Right on. How's school treating you?
It's all right. It's difficult, but I'm getting used to it.
What are you studying again?
Filmmaking.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
You know,
where are you studying at?
Sorry?
Where are you studying at?
Yeah, that might be doxing.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
All right, never mind.
I don't trust y'all that.
That's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
You sorry bastards. We don't trust you with this shit.
While you're telling us what school you go to, what's your social security number, your address?
Right.
All right, so my address is...
Write it down.
All right.
It's in the main Capitol building, left wing, Hall H, room 36.
How are you doing, Marksman?
I'm doing good. I've just been enjoying the complete shitstorm nonsense this week. Netflix getting sued by Egypt because Jada and their showrunner are just decided to be completely huge racists, which was hysterical. That shitstorm that's growing. It went from one civil activist complaining to a lawsuit to now the Egyptian government is actually getting involved and considering banning the entire. Like he took it to the court,
Really?
with asking them that maybe they should
Yeah.
ban the whole service. And recently, the government has actually come. They haven't come out saying they're supportive, but they've come. You know what? This has caused enough issues here. We are gonna look into it and see if we would actually push forward. So this could end up becoming a governmental level lawsuit against Netflix by the country of Egypt.
I heard about that. I thought Netflix is already laying off the woke weirdos. What's going on?
Oh well, the
Not
one they
yet.
hired for this show specifically, who made it, they basically hired him, as you said. Yeah, basically a woke weirdo for it, or Afrocentrist weirdo would probably be more specific, because it's Jada Pinkett Smith who's heading this show. She's the one who's running it.
Well, I'm not saying that, so I'll just call her a weirdo.
And the funniest part too is I've been hearing something people are bringing up because like they said Cleopatra's Macedonian and everything, and they mentioned that the Romans have some records of her like appearance or everything. And they say one of the things they noticed is, so apparently I didn't notice she's actually a redhead. So I'm like, wait, is this just another case of ginger side?
Yes, I'm a ginger, and no lives matter till ginger lives matter. That's all I have to say about that.
There you go.
So exactly.
That's
I just
funny.
found that crazy. I was looking at it. I was like, yeah, she's Macedonian. Here's some busts that they have from the old, like the Greece Romans, whatever. And like they show her, she's like somewhat pale tan, whatever. But she's got one thing knows she has red hair in all of them. So I was like, wait. So she doesn't actually have, she's a redhead. I was like, oh, that puts a whole nother spin on this shit.
Oh, there are plenty of mummies that have come out of Egypt with red hair.
I'm confused. What was Cleopatra if she wasn't Egyptian?
She was Ptolemy. Yeah, she was Macedonian.
Macedonian, yeah.
That's near Greece, right?
Yeah,
Albania.
It's technically a part of
Albania
Greece.
is where that is now.
Yeah.
Albania.
Yeah,
basically one
Elizabeth
of her,
Taylor was more
one of her
accurate than
grandfather
anything.
from Greece because he was a general.
The
She
irony.
went down and married into the Egyptian line or such. So that's how she ended up part of like the basically Egyptian people. It's like basically family member married in, and just through the bloodlines, like she ended up becoming part of the royal family or such.
Well, the other thing too is that like the chick that played her in that TV series Rome on HBO was probably the most accurate. So that was a great TV show. If you have not
Netflix
seen
do
Rome,
the-
it's fucking great.
Did they do the Anne Boleyn thing, or who did the Anne Boleyn?
That
thing?
was BBC, I think. They did Vikings.
Yeah, that was BBC.
I should put that
Yeah,
in
well,
my...
the great thing, that Vikings Valhalla show, they not only race swapped, but they gender swapped the character. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Well, I can confirm I don't like BBC.
Yeah.
I need to add that to my watch list. I'm already watching Narcos now. Have any of y'all seen it?
Narcos? No.
I saw a bit of it, but I never actually sat down and like watched the full series yet.
I can't believe...
Wait, sorry, I'm late. Here's for Reuben's joke. There you go.
Thank you. You're late.
Well, as I was saying, I almost watched it a few years ago, like when it first came out, but I've only seen bits and pieces. And here's the biggest shock to me. I can't believe the guy that plays Pablo Escobar also voiced Death in Puss in Boots 2.
Huh. That's
yeah.
Before we
It
get
was the
too
same guy.
deep into it and before I forget, I want to say a huge thank you to Bashy Washy for the $100. Thank you, sir.
Damn.
You were very kind. Says,
Darn nice of them.
Hail coming in crew. Hail chat. Sorry about the job. Don't worry. You'll land on your your small feet. LOL.
Your small short feet. You can't cut out the short.
Sorry,
feet.
my small short feet. So, yeah, there you go.
Do you? We're not even here
You're
old
actually a
enough to
9.
remember
You're a
the,
9, right?
the Weeblos. You know,
What
they
about the
wobble,
Weeblos?
but they don't fall down. Those little
Yeah,
things.
that's
look
right.
Like eggs.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I was about to say, man, I was a Weeblo.
So was
Oh
I.
yeah, I did this that in the Boy Scouts too. But,
So was
the
I.
Weeblos wobble, they don't fall down. That's comics.
That's
He's low enough to the ground. It's not going to matter. He'll just bounce right back.
Thanks.
I don't know if you can drown. Like, I don't know if you'll just automatically float.
I'll find a picture.
Oh God, nothing.
Oh well, let's see.
Make sure they put you in a big chair when you get to Vegas. They don't put you in a small chair.
That's right.
With my luck, they're gonna have like a booster seat there.
Yeah,
waiting
you're gonna
for
have a
me.
high chair there for you.
Jesus,
Shit.
guys.
I'll be disappointed if someone doesn't bring a booster seat. The Dix Division booster seat.
Wow. I don't even want to imagine that.
No.
Right.
Well, it depends. Reuben, are you going, or do we need to get a substitute?
Fuck. Well, I had that data breach was fucking me over right now because my card won't be. I have to wait. Shit. So I'm just like, yeah. I don't know right now. I don't know. I'm ready to go, but I'm just waiting for this thing to get my card. Shit. Yeah. Whatever.
Brahma said,
it happens. It
The
happens.
kids table. What the hell are you, Brahma? You're a member,
Right?
Yeah, get in here.
Get in here.
Yep. What are you up to, Tox?
He stepped away.
Stepped away.
Oh shit.
Stepped
Okay.
away.
Of course, not paying attention to the private chat.
I mean, no, JoesAtmosfere is next.
Yep. All right. Well,
What'd I do?
Yeah, Joe. What did you even did you just say who you were? You introduced yourself already?
What is it? Yeah.
Did you? Oh, you did. Okay.
yeah, we got shuffled when we added Tox.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was in the middle row, but now I'm down here. I got to put my avatar up. Sorry, I'm not on the middle row anymore.
There you go.
All right, fine. I will put you in the middle row so you can turn the camera back on.
Okay, there we go. See, he'll do that for me, but he won't turn my name green, even though I've been a member for almost a year.
How am I not
Turn
turning
your name green? Oh, because you're not a member inside the.
It's a
I
joke.
have
I always
no
mess with him
control
about
over
it.
that, man.
I always
It's
mess
like
with him about it.
actually,
I know you don't have control over it. I'm messing with you, man.
Bulls,
I know.
man.
I know.
Hi, Brahma.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
guys.
better. Oh, that looks much better.
Hi, Brahma.
What I was going to say earlier, though, when we were talking about that the Bud Light, the stupidest company in the world,
Right.
did you guys see the Joe Rogan show with what's this guy's name, Jim Brewer, earlier this week when they were talking
Brewer
about
on
it?
this week?
Jim Brewer, he's convinced it's a mob hit. It's industrial espionage. The chick that came in there and did that was working for the competition and came in there and did that on purpose. It was funny as hell. You should watch that. Jim Brewer.
But think about
That
it.
would be
somebody.
that would be
joke out of it.
But somebody did short Anheuser-Busch probably.
Yeah.
And got money off of it. I'm serious. It has to be.
I mean, as soon as
Well,
that shit
I'm pretty sure they
started,
shorted as
yeah.
soon as they saw the Dylan Mulvaney thing because they knew what was coming.
exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing about the Dylan Mulvaney thing, I think here's a miss because overall, it's not that big of a fucking issue. It's a stupid marketing choice, and what more than anything. The only problem is, it's sort of what my mom even brought this up to me once. Like when she brought it, it's just it keeps getting thrown like all this shit into people's faces that people are just finally getting sick enough about it. When I was telling one of my buddies, I explained it to him. I said, most people don't care. You keep throwing their face. Eventually, they're frustrated. I said, dude, I'm done with this. They want to avoid it. You keep pushing then. Eventually, they're just going to start lashing back or say, you know what? No more of this. Fucking get out of here. Get rid of it. I don't want to see it. We're done. Throw it out of here. You're going to flip people on their side. And that's what we're starting to see. Like not long ago, my mom being brought up, she was like, hey, I know it's on TV. What happened to all the white people in the commercial? They're all gone. There's always you just want to see black people or just a mixed race. But it's like, if they want to put more people, where's all the Asians, all the Mexicans? Where's everybody else? It's only black people.
Well,
What
yeah,
hell's
that's the thing
going
I
on?
always notice too. Is like you rarely see white men. It's usually always an interracial couple with a black dude and a white woman.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to be inclusive. It's like, well, you're leaving some people out.
I just stopped watching television.
And they usually pick some pretty ugly white people.
Yeah.
I already know that my next television is going to be a monitor. I don't want a TV. I just want a monitor. If I have to watch a movie, I'll use a monitor. Because again, even the TVs you buy now, they're smart televisions. They're always listening, always doing anything.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I don't even watch television anymore. I just watch.
Yeah, I know.
streaming.
All I know is I don't know what's worse, Dylan Mulvaney on the side of a beer can or that America, if yeah commercial they made to try and make up for it. Oh my God. That was
that was pretty bad too.
Okay, you know what's funny? I was watching. I don't know if you guys heard of him because I think because Gothix brought him up. I know when you had on our show, Ruin Leon, where he did a stream where he was talking about it was Super Saiyan bad takes, and he brought up that beer brand because he's saying like, look, because at the end of the day, you're selling beer. You're talking about it's like all the shit that like comes with drinking beer, like all the drunk accidents. Like you really want to be that company trying to lecture about morality when you're the reason drunk driving, drunk accidents, drunk incidents, all this shit happens. Like people embarrass themselves, end up making fucking viral videos of themselves doing drunk stupidity. He's like, you want to be down one? And it was funny because someone's brought him to defend the right wing, and he was like, no, it's right there. He was like, it's still a political beer. And then another guy said it, who came on the street, said it best. He said, you don't know. You know what you do is you come and say, hey, because he said it came out saying, oh, it's the right wing beer, but it's the same price as Bud Light. And guess what? It tastes just as shit, most likely.
What is the right wing beer?
I think it's literally called right wing beer or some shit.
Okay. Yeah,
like they made it as like a counter to Bud Light. Someone
started.
I
do remember that. It's like
God, I never had Bud Light in my life.
That situation, like that's and like so a guy who hopped on right when after that guy finished the argument, basically some of the best because they were all saying like, dude, it's still a political beer. No one wants to get politics. And the guy who hopped on said it best. He said, here, you want to know how you do a non-political beer? Is hey, considering you all don't like Bud Light now, how about you get my beer? It's same price, better quality. And you don't have to come in going, oh, we're the right wing version. Just saying, no, here, we're a better alternative beer that doesn't taste like piss that you can get for the same price or less. That's how you sell it. That is how you do a proper alternative. You don't, instead of doing the whole political right wing bullshit, like sort of thing where it's like, because ultimately a lot of people, they don't care left or right. It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Sell your product. Most of you sell products that have no moral legs to stand on because either use child labor, worker exploitation, you have caused a bunch of society problems or whatever. It's like, dude, just sell your product, give us something that's decent, worth the price or better than what the price is valued, and then shut up about it and we'll give you our money. That's as far as we want to hear. And I think that's like the whole thing that got missed with like a lot of this Dylan Mulvaney is like you see they're all people are going so nuts over it on this shit.
I mean, the funny thing about it is that beer is shit. I mean, the only reason why people drink it is because it's cheap.
It's cheap.
I mean, I always joke about like it's like Lone Star,
right.
Lone Star Light and Bud Light is basically fortified mineral water.
Triple strain horse piss, I think, is the term you're looking for. But yeah.
I mean, dude, really, right now would have been the best time.
I used to work in a convenience store, and we sold some very bad beer.
Oh yeah.
And Milwaukee's Best Light.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Oh my God. I haven't heard that name. Oh yes. It was the Ice House Milwaukee's Best Light.
Oof. Oh
wow. Old style.
Watch out, you're about to tick off Christian Malone, man. Watch out. That's his stuff.
Oh, there's some man. The beast. Oh, that was so bad.
Well, in college when
you did grow up, Reuben. We see that. You're an adult.
That's true.
We've seen that.
When I went to Chicago,
so are the 5,675 women that you banged since the beginning of the year.
Are they all pedophiles? Or
how did you know the number?
I know.
That's weird. Anyway,
every time you have sex with a woman, there's this bell that goes off in heaven. Bing. Oh. And it's dong. That's what it is.
Well, that's the woman.
By the way, say hi to Tax Tara.
Hi, Tax Tara. How are you? I'm married to a redhead, so I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Soulless people you are.
Fiery redhead at that. Yeah.
Yes, she is Irish.
Ooh, I like Irish women.
The last kicker.
That's just for
run.
Well, Tox, you remember the girl I was with on St. Patrick's Day? She was Irish.
There you go.
I am not Irish. That's all I have to say.
Oh, that's all right. There's
not Irish.
Where are you from then?
Yeah, don't.
Texas.
Yeah. See, that's even better.
Hey, I'm Texas too.
Kudos.
I'm from Oklahoma. We're still on top, and that's all we got. So there you go.
Yeah, you're on top.
Well,
right?
I will say we actually left Texas because there were too many people from out of state moving in. Sorry.
Well,
but
there are too many damn people.
We see Texas plates all over. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it might get worse because I don't know if y'all heard, but they're planning on building a Universal Studios in a town near Dallas. What the hell was it called?
Fort Worth?
No, not Fort Worth.
Is it that the Horror Nights thing that they're putting in Texas?
Arlington.
You mean like Plano or
Plano?
No,
it'd be Plano.
I forgot again. Hold on.
Talks. I'm going to back you out because Terminus is here.
Oh, Terminus. Before you back me out, I do want to say that I heard that the ATF is putting a new amusement park in Waco. So there you go.
Wow. There you go.
Great.
Is it called the Branch Davidian Shooting Gallery?
There's a lot of branches there.
That's and barbecue?
It's a burning
Branch Davidian barbecue.
It's in Frisco. It's in Frisco.
Oh my God.
Frisco? Okay.
Branch
Barbecue and crematorium.
Sauce. That's what we got to do. Yeah, there we go.
Terminus. Goodbye, guys.
No.
But yeah.
No.
Hey, make some memes, Tox. Make the memes.
Hey, Terminus,
you
what's
know
up,
to
dude?
back me out if anybody.
Oh yeah, just oh nothing, just been busy like just role playing in Second Life and stuff. But yeah, I made it here in time pretty much. Like 30 minutes in, and it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad at all, man.
Interesting. Most women want to role play in bedroom.
Huh?
That's true.
Oh,
what are you doing? You want to do what?
Just remember to bring the duct tape so you can wrap their wrists properly.
Not duct tape. Use cellophane. I know already.
Yeah, it looks like duct tape without the burn of when you rip it off.
Exactly.
See, Reuben knows.
You guys.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's some angels and demons, some role playing sim in Second Life, but there is some and yes, there is raunchy stuff that goes on at times, you know.
Oh yeah, I imagine Second Life.
I didn't realize that was still a
when I
thing.
first saw it, but
very much is.
Well, Second Life's interesting, but
yeah, it's still going. Oh,
yeah, it's still going. It's getting it's been getting upgrades over the years. Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. All right. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to back you out, Brahma.
Okay.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I'll catch up with you guys later. I'll be around.
Brahma, good to see you, man.
Oh,
I'm doing an outro for the.
Oh no, I accidentally clicked in large.
No outros, intro.
You're supposed to punch him out.
Well, I mean, he can hang out in the back room until somebody leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll hang around.
All right.
well, hey, here's what we'll do.
And welcome to Common Nerd. And I'll stick him back on the middle row.
That's good to see.
What's up, guys?
Hail, Jesse.
Hey, good to see you, Tim. Good to see you, Reuben. Guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing tonight?
It's been hot today.
Not too bad.
Good. Glad
We're gonna see some pineapple pizza be eaten. Did you see
I
Odin?
know. I can't wait. That's gonna be hilarious. I was watching his Cope stream last Tuesday, or last Monday, talking about those box office numbers. He's like, "Yep, it's gonna hit $1 billion." I already
Has
know
it hit $1 billion yet?
No,
It's
probably
not
next.
yet.
It'll be next weekend. It's at like 900 or something like that. It'll be there next weekend.
Are we talking about Mario?
So,
Yeah.
I was hoping it hit $1 billion this weekend.
Yeah, it's not gonna quite do that.
You'd have to do it in
go
Vegas,
see
right?
Mario
Yeah.
just so that Odin would have to eat pineapple pizza.
Oh, absolutely.
We ended up really liking it, and then went and saw it a second time.
Nice.
Took a
Well,
friend.
But if you're gonna eat
doing her
pineapple
part.
pizza, it's got to be Canadian bacon and pineapple. You know that.
There you
right?
go.
But
Well,
think
he's
about
only
it.
eating cheese pizza right now on Fridays. He's not doing meat on Fridays right now.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
right.
just
The
gonna
dog
be
days of
pineapple
Lent.
and
Yep,
cheese.
cheese and
pineapple.
pineapple.
That works.
But yeah, because it opens in South Korea and Japan this weekend. So that's going to be an easy another 200 or 300 million on top of all of that, plus whatever it keeps going. Because it's had a really great hold so far. Like it's had an absolutely incredible hold. It's just smashing records left and right. So.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's what freaking Jeremy keeps failing to try and explain to Odin, because he's trying to make the point, but I think he's ultimately missing is, you guys remember in the early 2000s what was like the big cultural zeitgeist that also came out of Japan that you would see everywhere, even if you had no association with it, you would see it. It was a girl's brand. Went fucking nuts. It was Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember that when Hello Kitty was the thing. Like if you put out a Hello Kitty movie back then that was at least halfway decent, that would have been $1 billion movie. Like that's what I think what Jeremy was trying to understand. He said like when he brought up Pokemon, where it's like Pokemon, while popular, is split among its 3 media avenues: the card game, the TV show, and the video games. And it's been known for years, because it's been the one anomaly in that franchise. There is actually very little crossover between the 3. The only reason it seems like there's a lot of crossover is just based on the raw size of the totality of it. But there isn't as much. Like that's why if you brought up Pokemon movie, it wouldn't hit the same way as the Mario movie. Mario right now, ironically, is in where Hello Kitty used to be, because you look at it, Hello Kitty's gone. It fell out of that spotlight. Like there is that central mainstream zeitgeist spotlight that when you hit it, It's just you are a known factor by everyone, period. Like Mickey Mouse used to have it. Hello Kitty had his time. Right now, Mario is surprised. Like I go to places and I look around, I'm like, there's a Mario, there's Nintendo merch there. I see Super Mario. Like it is with a player I wouldn't expect, like random shops, stores, whatever. I would always find it. Like it's places you would never expect. That should tell you right there. Right now, it is Mario has the spotlight. So this was the perfect time for Nintendo. Like if Nintendo released this same movie, let's say 10 years ago, I don't believe it would hit $1 billion. If you hit it 10 years ago, I still think it would do good, but I don't believe it would have hit that $1 billion as it is right now. But right now, with it in the zeitgeist, it's a no-brainer. That shit's hitting $1 billion. But that's also where he says the weakness is where they have to use this correctly because it only applies to Mario. Zelda, Metroid, all the other Nintendo brands do not have that same weight. So as I say, this movie, you can bank on the nostalgia, the generational factor, all that stuff to really carry it. The next movies have to stand on their own. That's why everyone's saying it's got to be either Metroid or Zelda, because those ones you at least can craft a very compelling story out of, because you won't be able to use the games themselves as a weight. They don't have that zeitgeist pull. You have to get to the point where use the momentum from this one to push the next one, sort of like Marvel did with the Iron Man, where you hit lightning in a bottle, and as you can keep that momentum going, you can nail all these other characters that were never part of the zeitgeist and pull them into it using that one, using Mario. If they fuck up the follow-ups, that whole Nintendo Cinematic Universe, whatever, is gonna crash and burn before it can get off the ground.
Yep.
I have a question. So is Final Fantasy and Zelda related or not really?
No, completely separate.
Yeah, different companies.
Okay.
To be fair, Jeremy is inbred, so from
Alabama, so yeah, deep south. You
Fair
consider
enough.
genetics there. Yeah, absolutely.
War Eagle.
It's like the old royal families keeping it all in the family.
Yeah, that team right there. Who said War Eagle? Who said that?
Yeah,
yeah. That tells you right there. Look, I mean, that team can't even figure out what its mascot is. War Eagle, Tiger. What are they? I mean, it's crazy.
The funniest shit is because they kept changing their thing all the time. I always wondered, like, man, Alabama has all these different teams. No, it's the same team.
It's just the same team.
I'm like, oh, okay. What the hell? I was like, what's happening there?
Start over.
I know the rest of the NCAA be happy about it. That's for sure. They're tired of watching the Crimson Tide beat everybody up. But then again, George is taking that mantle now. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go off on sports ball.
You're good.
Going on
bring up sports ball. Did you guys hear about ESPN, what they just did? I just happened to see it by chance yesterday.
The Communist News Network? I mean, ESPN?
Yeah. They went all in on women's sports, and they lost most of their ratings.
God. What a shocker there.
News Network was CNN.
Well,
that is.
Yes, that's what that is. But wait a minute now. That's ESPN went all female? Was it all female or...
All right, so I didn't look too much into it, so I just did a brief glance. So apparently, if I'm correct, they went heavy on covering women's sports. So they start switching all their broadcasting to cover all the women's sports leagues. The process lost most of the ratings that they were.
What a shocker there.
Where's that bill out that the House passed banning transgender people from competing in female sports? Where's that sitting? Anybody know?
It'll never get past the Senate anyway.
I don't think it will either. I was just wondering if it even went there or not. But the House passed it.
Yeah, well, because McCarthy
are doing fine.
Yeah, a lot of the states are passing that stuff on their own right now. I know in Texas, I know they're working on some stuff.
They did. Was it Wisconsin? And it got forwarded up to, I don't know, some federal appeals court. And it got set back. So it's going to get escalated up to Supreme Court.
There's a simple solution to it. All you do is just give them their own category.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, they don't want
that's what you have to do. You're right.
That's what you have to do. The thing is, I don't like solving these issues with laws because we end up getting stuff like the Restrict Act.
Yes.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm kind of like cringing as to what the hell they're going to pass.
Yeah, what they're going to stick in the back end of it that you didn't see coming.
My brother was making that point on our show this week. Let the states take care of it. The biggest body that should be dealing with it is the NCAA, maybe. But
but they don't have the brains or the
Well, and going back to the whole thing, the reason why they won't do the separate leagues is or let them compete with the same gender that they're were born
They'd
with,
stop
the same
competing.
sex
They
they're
wouldn't
born
do
with,
it.
I should say.
Yeah.
Because part of it is we all know the dudes that are competing against women, they can't compete against other dudes, and that's the reason why they're doing it.
That's why they're doing it. That's exactly right.
And the women who transfer know they can't compete against the dudes, so they stay in the women's.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
honestly,
All
I
right.
think a lot of it is also like there are just a lot of young men out there who just are angry at women for whatever reason. And I think it has a lot to do with like these poor guys. Like they have been surrounded by women, like their fathers are in their lives. So they were raised by single mothers. They were in daycare, which is run by women. They were in public schools that are run by women. And like, I'm sorry, but being around women all the time can be really awful. And I think some of it is just this deep-seated
Resentment,
hatred and resentment for your narcissistic mother. And yeah, I mean, like all the environments that our boys are in are geared towards girls, and they are told and they are treated like defective girls, and they're not.
Mhm.
They are boys. They just need to get thrown outside and let them do their thing. I'm a boy mom, by the way.
Yeah,
fair enough.
That's exactly
Well,
right.
to add something in there, because like what you said, comics, that should be done in a state. I can't remember what state this was that did it. It was ironically a little before Leah Thompson's. I just saw like one little article covering it, which was, it was from like a left wing. It was like from this small like left wing paper. The whole idea was this is how you properly integrate it, which was a similar case where it was the boy transition to be a girl, was joined the women's team, but they didn't just throw him in the team. What the school did was they're like, okay, we can't throw you in because one, it was similar situation. He was also a male competitor. So it's like, you've already been competing, you're trained, so you already have that biological factor. So what they did was they actually called in the female team, even got to coach everyone, and it took them like a few weeks to like, they had a talk, discussion, try to work it out. Whereas like, all right, so the locker room situation, they actually worked out the process where he is actually competing with the women on the team. The thing is, when they do competes or meets, whatever, he doesn't factor in. So there's no risk of the girls being knocked out for the thing. And even then for the locker room, it's like they say, it's like they actually even do have like, because they do have like for people who have like maybe like the weird births, freaking disfigured birthmarks, disfigurements, whatever, they had like a private locker rooms you can use that was attached in between the two main ones. So it's like you could just use one of those for there because it's part of it, because the both locker rooms are next door to each other. So it's like right in between is the freaking neutral locker room already, that people for whatever reason, if you feel shy or anything, you can use it. So anyone could use those freaking stalls for it. So they just had them there, and they actually dealt with it properly, worked it out. The person gets to compete with them, but in the process, he doesn't override the women in their field. Like he doesn't knock anybody out, take them out. And ironically, is because there is like these freaking sponsorships or grants for LGBT whatever. So while he doesn't apply for the women's ones, well, just him still competing, and of course being the only transfer from the team, he automatically gets those ones. So he's still, by just performing and keeping a certain level of performance, he's getting his whole thing. And essentially, so you see, it's a thing where, all right, even for people who don't really approve it, it doesn't really affect them or their kids. The girls already are like, okay, we have our space still. We're not getting our toe stepped on. In a way, everyone sort of ends up relatively happy, and it got through just perfectly fine. But then, fine right there. But then you see how a lot of these places are doing it, where it's like, okay, transition. All right, just throw them in the girls' room and let the shit work itself out. And we all see how that shit just ends up going disastrous.
Notice they always send them to the girls' room, not the guys' room.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
They,
exactly.
they'd be ridiculed and laughed out of the locker room.
I need to get some super chats real quick. MrTickleTrunk for 5.5 Canadian says, so help me, when I find out how to cancel my Subscribe Star subscription, I'll probably resubscribe again. I can't quit you. I can't quit you. I can't quit you either, Mr. TickleTrunk. You're an awesome dude.
But
he follows up for 2.2 Canadian. He says, I can't believe I paid to make a spelling mistake.
Well, he's Canadian. The accent is bleeding through into his spelling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Also, Crazy Cat Guy. Sorry, dude. I didn't notice the Ko-Fi that you sent on Thursday until we transitioned over to Rumble. So I'm not sure if you saw that I shouted you out, but I also shouted you out on F&T. Now that you're here, I just want to say thanks again for the donation, man. I truly appreciate it.
I got a question about Rumble there, Comics. Why do my live streams, I just started doing it last week. I've done like 3 of them, and they're getting like quadruple the views on Rumble that they get here.
Yeah,
well,
ridiculous.
Remember, some of those are maybe duplication in the fact that if somebody like pauses and walks away and resumes, it might count again.
Okay.
So you got to look at the unique views, but yeah, I mean that's how YouTube works too. But the reason why is because there is not an algorithm that goes and suppresses your stuff, and if you set the categories right, you could end up on the front page and people will show up.
Yep. Yeah, because I did my comic book stream, and oh my god, man!
Yep,
went through the roof. I was like, whoa.
It's crazy.
You're monetized already there, right, Joe?
No, not as far as I know. I don't even know how to get monetized over there.
You
I
should
just wanted
already
to make
be
sure-
monetized.
You should be monetized.
Day one.
I monetized already. You got to get monetized.
Really?
I think once you
It's
get
day
over
one.
4,000
We'll talk.
views,
Okay.
30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Joe, you said it was a comic book stream?
Yeah, I do my comic book stream every Saturday. All I'm doing is plotting the pages. I do it live. I started doing it really to kind of like copyright my stuff. That way, if somebody tries to friggin' copy my story, I can go, hey, look, I've been doing this on YouTube for how long now? You know?
Yeah, so the record.
really
No,
good.
I bring that up because it's sort of like, I don't know if you've seen Clownfish, like Neon's talked about it, which I'm like, it is true. Where he said like one of Rumble's biggest faults right now is I even heard from other creators y'all mentioned where the alternatives, why a lot of them don't do it is because the ones that usually currently like saturate all the alternatives are the politics. And eventually people are like, okay, enough with the politics. Can I get something just entertaining, something make me laugh, something interesting? And that's one of the one things where it's like, for a place like Rumble, it's like, because I remember like, he even does a thing where he was showing, he went to the site, he's at front page, and he's like, all right, first 10 things right here, politics. Ooh, look, it's like a car video, a guy doing like stuff with his car, whatever. All right,
They've got a
that's
whole
different.
section that's slap fighting, man. It's power slap. Yeah, it's crazy.
I did not see
And,
that one
That's
coming.
awesome.
The whole thing with that, right? I've talked about this too, is that once you start getting like cat videos on Rumble, then it's becoming more like YouTube in the sense that it's going to be for normies. That's the thing. You need normie content, not just politics, even though it's something I do talk a lot about. But you need more than just the political aspect, which is the reason why they're trying to get people to do gaming streams and all this other stuff.
My gaming stream is the
like-
one. The 2 I do during the week. Those are the ones that I got like almost 300 views in the 24 hour period, and I never.
Well, comics. I'll correct you on the normie thing. It's just give us some entertainment, like just even some of the old school, like edgy entertainment. Like I was watching Funny Pippa, and she was reacting to an old Sam Hyde video where he bought a bunch of Funko Pops and were boiling them in a deep fryer for fun. It was like stupid. It was dangerous, and the original video got taken down because of that. It got flagged by YouTube. But that shit was hysterical. I was laughing. I said, like, see, even just some dumb, silly stuff like that, a little bit of edge and danger on that. Just getting that more mainstream on Rumble, like that's what some people want. They want to have some of that raw humor of just people.
Well,
willingly being
that goes
idiots.
back to the whole normie thing, right? It's just that, people don't just want political content. And it's the reason why we talk about this stuff is because we don't want just political content being shoved into entertainment, which is the sucky part makes us talk about politics because it's being shoved into everything.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about it with entertainment
everybody
without talking
just
about
needs
politics.
to see an old lady slip on a banana peel.
Yeah,
regularly.
yeah,
You know.
100%.
No, you just need some more knitting podcasts over on Rumble.
There you go.
There you go. Get on
I
that.
know of
Get
one
on
that's
that.
on Rumble, but
Can you
it's not
teach
for
us all how to
normies.
do it? So
I was
we
going
can
to
all
say,
become
Tara,
rich?
you could start a knitting podcast on Rumble.
No, I have some friends who do knitting podcasts, but one in particular, they're not for normies. It's politically incorrect knitters. I don't know if y'all have heard of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like really.
Nice.
That sounds like
They have to be on Rumble.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
100%.
that sounds like the All American Mamas they have on Drive Time here in Shreveport. They've got the All American Mamas will show up on the conservative talk radio show. It's just a segment, and they're hilarious. It's two women that get on there and comment on what they're talking about. It's hilarious. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Sounds cool. But I don't do that much political stuff. I've got one political show, and it's the one I do with my brother. You know, the Brothers Hack the Matrix, and I mean everything else is pop culture stuff or video gaming, or my comic book show. And man, and you know what gets the least views is the political one I do. with my brother.
The music one. I love the music one. Do you do it? Yeah. Rush, remember?
Yeah. Rumble's really trying to push.
Oh,
out more
that's with that 70s rock fan. I'm
sorry.
With him doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I leave the music to him, man. I wouldn't even consider doing a music show when that guy's around. My gosh.
No kidding.
He's a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah, he knows his shit.
Yes, he does.
Toxic Man Flu for $5. I can't believe I paid to work here unless I'm fired again.
I think you getting knocked off the stream was your pink slip, Toxic.
Toxic Man Flu also gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, Tox.
Yay! Nice.
Seriously, Dog? I walked over to my door to let him in. He walked off. Now he's scratching at my door again. It's like, yeah, great job. Of course he is. MrTickleTrunk for another 2.2 Canadian. He says, fire, talks, or riots.
Nice.
Nice. All right, you guys vamp while I let the dog in.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Dog in.
So
Tara, are you?
No, it's like
do
what I
you
was saying
do?
with, Joe? It's like that's the stuff where I really miss. I was watching this one gaming stream. It was like with the bickering bunch, has like Arch Castle and there's Buddy Kibbs and everything, and they're playing a freaking World War II strategy game that was modded to be My Little Pony factions. So they're going in there,
that's
talking
hilarious.
shit. Yeah, and it's just the way
great.
they drift from conversations, where they drift a little bit on politics, then they drift on shit posting on freaking the internet from the old days, or even like they brought up some old shit where it was like the level of old internet stuff on par with basically the Mr. Hands sort of stuff. And they got a little conversation of that sort of depravity. And I'm just sitting there at the screen just laughing because I'm like, how do we go to talking about the American system government to essentially horses doing horrible things to people? And it was just hilarious because it felt like old school internet, just the conversation, whatever. Because like a lot of that stuff, like even that little section, for the most part, you can't even do on YouTube anymore. I mean, like, fucking look what's happening to It's a Gundam right now.
Right.
They're trying to nuke him off the site again. Just crazy.
What are they trying to nuke him off the site for?
Well, they completely demonetized him.
Really?
Why? Yep. Yeah, he put out a video talking about that last week.
Yeah, he said that their claim was they demonetized him. He was kicked out of the partner program last month. And he said the claim when he tried to reapply was they said his channel is nothing but reused content.
Yeah.
That's
which makes zero sense.
A load of crap.
No,
that's YouTube.
He's targeted. Like I was watching him on the Some Ordinary podcast, and like you see Nux, Mudahar, and even the other guy they had there open. Like they all brought it up because they all dealt with the back end of YouTube. Like Nux had $1 million held up in YouTube accounts. Whoa. Because the way their AdSense works, because when he activated it, it was like early YouTube. He did it when he was on vacation overseas. So when he gave the clearance, like, oh, you're overseas, so your AdSense is going to be in a foreign bank account. So then it ended up just getting a whole legal issue with him, the government, and YouTube trying to get that money back into his account out of that account and all this shit. So they both instantly know, and both of them were able to say without a doubt, they were like, dude, we don't even go through the shit you go through, and we have touched on similar topics. Like you specifically are being targeted by YouTube. There are people on YouTube that want your ass gone.
Well, I'm relatively late to Gundam's content, so apparently he used to do more edgier stuff, I guess, and that's what got him in trouble. Is that
he went
the
after
case?
Twitch thoughts? That was basically his big thing.
That was it. He was going after Twitch thoughts.
So he did mostly just usual drama content. He covered some of the Twitch drama. He would make fun of the Twitch thoughts, DSP. Then you had after the Pokemon shit went off. That's what I think, because that's what got his Twitch channel, I think, taken out for the first time. Then you had him, of course, that's when he hit YouTube's radar because Pokemon tried to get him knocked off of YouTube as well. And from there, because it was like, it's basically considered like misogyny against women, whatever. So he kept getting nailed for the Twitch content. So he switched to TikTok, started making fun of that. And even for the TikTok content, they started coming him after that one again, essentially. Essentially, how YouTube classifies his channel in the back end, it seems, is he is a bully. Essentially, this guy's a bully. He harasses people and does.
He's a comedian.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. The idea of going and criticizing stupid people is not bullying, you know.
It's comedy.
It's like even the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing. They're going after people saying it's bullying. It's like you can criticize a Christian, you can criticize a white man, but God forbid you criticize somebody that's on the left. You know, suddenly you're an awful human being and you're a bully.
Istinophobe, sir.
You're an istinophobe.
Tolerance is a one-way street.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm watching Short Dev Otaku, and he just recently started a TikTok Tuesdays, where that's all he's been doing is just people would send him various TikTok clips, and he would just react to the stupidity. Some
I think the other thing too is that the reason
being stupid.
The reason why they're going after the people criticizing TikTok is because they're exposing the left for really what it is. Well, not the left, period, but just like the far leftists.
Right.
You know, the fact that, you know, it's becoming mainstream and it's basically taking over the Democratic Party. And they don't want normal people to know about this because normal people will go, what the hell is that? I'm not down with this shit.
You know, I almost forgot to say this earlier, but thank God I don't like beer.
You're better off and you'll have more money.
I'm just glad they put a Jingling brewery in Texas.
I'm more of a frozen margarita guy.
If you want to drink a political beer, the best one is Samuel Adams, the guy that helped start the American Revolution. Get that one. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but he was actually a failed brewmaster in his time.
That's true.
Go for microbreweries. That's what I do. I love the.
Yeah,
I love the.
He's still a beloved character in the Boston mythos.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got some really good microbreweries right here in my neighborhood, like right outside the base. They're really, really good, and they're all high octane ones too. You know, so they're all like 5, 6, 8, 9% alcohol. Nice. Yeah, like you only need a couple of them, and you're pretty good.
Where are you located at?
On the Gulf Coast.
Oh, which one? Well, I mean, okay. I'm up.
I have a brewery down the street from where I live. Like, it's right down the street. And the funniest part was during COVID, like when things were slowly opening up over here, and at least in my district here in LA, everywhere else in LA was shut down. My district, people were sort of opening up again. Health inspector went to that brewery and tried to shut it down. And the thing was, she was like, oh, because you have this little violation, whatever, technical, you have to shut it all down. So she's there. Guy walks away because she's dancing in front of the counter. Guy comes back with the phone on speaker. The guy was childhood friends with her boss who runs the health department. So guess who on speaker over the whole brewery got her ass chewed out and thrown out by her boss remotely.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, I still got some more comments. So Mr. TickleTrunk says that there's also a hunger on Rumble for people making videos. People are way more willing to check out new people. Rumble also has too many people doing the same video. It needs variety. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, 100% agree.
That's the reason why I still do my videos the way I do them now with the cartoon character, and I try and be more humorous about stuff when I'm criticizing stuff to bring variety and to actually entertain people at the same time.
And it's awesome. That's why I started following you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's right.
Keep doing it.
Mr. Mr. TickleTrunk, when people leave YouTube towards Rumble for politics, you're going to get mostly politics on Rumble. Yeah. There's a lot of problems with that, right? And it goes back to the whole thing, like when you ban all the Nazis are going to band together. Yeah, kind of mentality. If you ban all the conservatives, it's the same thing. All the people who are banned are going to find a new place, and you're just developing echo chambers.
Yeah,
and
that sucks.
Yeah, and I've said this many times. You need to have the conversation on both sides. Both sides have crazy. Both sides have good ideas too.
Yes.
And the reason why you have both sides is because you're able to figure out what's the crazy and what's not the crazy, and keep the good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't watch CNN, but by the same token, I can't watch Fox either.
That's true.
They're too polarized. It's too much. It's too much like watching propaganda. They're selling you an idea, and just give me the facts.
Best example of that. One of my buddies posted a clip from one of Tucker Carlson. This was like months ago, but it's during one of his segments where he's talking about, like, I can't remember what issue it was, but it was a race issue, and he's talking about because everyone knows that segregation was, and then he pauses, and then he just goes, like, the worst thing in American history, and the guy, because he's like black, he's like, I believe there's one point before that you're missing of American history, dude. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, and you can, and the thing is, because you can tell he caught himself, but he still went forward with it, because, and you can tell it's just like, it's the tribal issue. You said they're going so far into each opposite corner,
right
there. It's like fucking nutty.
And I'm always looking for an alternative, but and so's my brother. He was trying to sell me on OWN at one point, One American News, and they have a constitutional slant. And he was all about it. And then all of a sudden, Trump got elected, and they turned into the Trump News Network. And he was like, "Oh God, here we go." You know, it's totally that's all they talk about. And he bailed on them then. You know, yeah. I long for the days of Walter Cronkite when they just get on there and tell you what happened today. You know, but they can't seem to do that for some reason.
Oh yeah.
But they're all political now. Basically,
Yeah.
you know that they
the issue is, I think mostly it's because I don't mind if like one side's like if they're like, oh, we're more progressive area, we're more conservative, whatever. The issue is how you say we're all right. We have our news segment, just strictly the news. Afterwards, if you want to hear our perspective from either a conservative viewpoint, liberal, or a progressive viewpoint, you'll get an editorial afterwards. The problem is every segment is basically an editorial.
Every one of them's editorial
Everyone is
now.
opinion.
Yes,
That is the
and that's
main
the huge
issue. I
problem.
think
That's the problem with it, right? Because that's how they dodge things being news or you know or opinion. They call it an editorial. Which I'll be honest with you, some editorials are fine. I do like opinion pieces, but the issue is when you pass opinion pieces off as news. That's the problem.
Yes. You got to call it out when you see it too. You got to, both on the left and the right.
Yeah,
because that's
100%.
not doing anybody a service at all.
100%.
Yep.
MrTickleTrunk for 2.2 Canadian says starting a strip solitary channel on Rumble.
Ramble.
On Ramble. A new service called Ramble. Yeah.
Ramble. Yeah, on Ramble.
Yeah.
Glad that won't last.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Talks Man Flu for $2 says hashtag Canadians aren't real. Randall replies back with yes, we are just America Light.
America ran by a communist dictator.
Well, think about
Toxic Man Flu says for $2, Comix doesn't want Comix doesn't have the courage to share my screen. Are you trying to goat me into something goad me into something I don't want to do? So Toxic Man Flu, well, Talk shared himself.
Oh, man.
No, I was going to lead in to tell you guys what it was, but he just pulled it up. Anyway. So
oh my God.
Awesome.
You pulled it out. Or you inserted it.
Yeah, put it up. He put it up. Put it up right there.
Okay, I'm slow.
Seriously, why did I hire you, Tox?
Okay, I'm slow. What was that?
A suppository.
And what does that do?
That's the medicine that goes up your rear end.
Yeah, it's if for whatever reason you can't take oral medication, it goes up the other exit.
God, like the medicine you give pets.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, they were to do the same
if
thing
you're
to me.
really sick and you're vomiting, you get a suppository up the ass.
Yep. If you can't keep anything down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad, but
I also like to say, I don't trust any side at this point. I mean, I barely trust.
You shouldn't.
My brother calls it the uniparty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
No, he's not wrong.
Yep. He says they're all high-fiving when they leave the Capitol at night.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Basically,
I mean, that was the Lindsey Graham with what's her face, Kamala Harris on Senate floor after they won.
Lindsey Graham, what a movie.
No, when Lindsey Graham gave his speech to Trump to fight the election all the way to the last moment, like in early freaking December, I think it was.
What the hell, dude? Apparently, you can't type Rumble in a super chat. It's blocked.
Wow. No wonder he keeps typing Ramble. That's funny.
That's messed up.
Feeling
YouTube, you jealous bitch.
Feeling a little threatened there?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Holy cow.
Dylan Mulvaney was also, if you could just put the name Dylan, if anywhere in that same super chat you mentioned beer or other keywords, then the name Dylan became a blocked word.
Jesus.
So there's even chain blocks where a certain word will become a banned word depending if you have other words in your super chat.
Hey, Toxic just proved Tickle
Tox
wrong.
just did it.
Yeah, Tox just did it.
May I please finish?
Must be something with
For
your
maybe it's Canadians. Yeah, Canadian censorship.
Canadians? Oh, well, there you go. The communist
Well, that is a
known
thing.
as Canada, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because Rumble used to be based in Canada.
Yeah, I should start a channel on Ramble. The sensible liberal.
Why
and
not?
Clean up there, LOL. P.S. Watch short fat. Oh, short fat.
Otaku.
Okay. They're now might like sensible center left. Yeah, cool. Now check them out.
That's the guy I keep bringing up. We call him. It goes by Dev. So yeah, he's a former actual like radical brick throwing communist. So it's like de-radicalized, and now he's hit more like I said, like center left, moderate. He's part of the arch. Like I said, he's part of the old anti-SJW. There's no reason I like him, and I like that group because it's like you got like the left wing, got like Shoe on Head. You got more guys who lean on the right, like Arch, Sargon, Dankula. You got Dev, who's the centrist. You got his pal Lilith, who's also more left wing progressive. But it's like that whole group just sort of sticks together because everyone's sort of like they have their principles, they disagree. But it's like any friend group. Yeah, we disagree. We're not gonna fucking kill each other, destroy our whole friendship over this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoe on Head is awesome.
I like Shoe.
That's my daughter. Basically, she could be my daughter's twin. I freak out every time I see her, and her content is so funny. If you haven't checked her out, she is great.
she's pretty funny.
Yep.
Also, Randall says rumble, rumble, rumble. Apparently you can.
TickleTrunk. Somebody was pulling our leg.
May I please finish what I was trying to say earlier?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go, man.
All right, thank you. Thank God. Anyway, I don't trust any side. I mean, I don't even trust libertarians because one time I was on Facebook a few years ago and I caught one of them like supporting the cancellation of those Dr. Seuss books. Yeah.
If they were saying that, they're not a libertarian.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think I've told you this, but there was some libertarian trying to call out Eric Ripa, or that the libertarians were turning on him or something.
Which one?
Well, okay. The problem with libertarians is that libertarians are not a unified front. Okay?
They're not.
The closest thing you have to it is the Mises Caucus.
Maybe.
Maybe.
On a good day. On a good day.
The
thing is the reason I say that is because, when I lived in North Carolina, I was involved with the LP up there, and there's a lot of people that claim to be libertarians. They're not. I mean, when I hear people complain about what was it, the Koch brothers, saying they're libertarians, I'm going,
they're not.
No, they're not.
I think you have a clue what you're talking about at this point. You just lost all credibility with me, and that's and I've run into that because when I lived in North Carolina, that was back when Tom Tillis was running for Senate for the first time. And
you also had some pretty crazy people take over during the 2020.
Oh,
they were supporting some like really leftish shit.
They were supporting lockdowns and all that stuff.
No, that was
some very unlibertarian shit.
Yeah, no, that was the chair, and he was also trying to get Tom Woods to bend the knee and apologize for, I forget for what it was, but it was like, I'm going, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, that's like not at all. And I knew the chair at the time, national chair at the time. He was,
it doesn't help because a lot of people will call themselves libertarian and they have no fucking clue what a libertarian is.
What happens. That's
they're linos.
Labels used.
Yeah, they're lino. They're libertarians in name only. That's exactly what we call them too, by the way. And it's based off of rhinos and dinos. But
right.
The thing is that there are, and it's been a problem we've had for a long time in the LP, is that they would just, you have anybody who's just trying to get a vote, they'll tell you they're a libertarian. I can name at least 5 or 6, congressmen that have used to say they were libertarian at one point because they thought it would get them some votes. So, but libertarians, they're not very unified. And
WG is jumping out of here. He says, "Got to run. See you on the high ground. Take care, WG. Have a good flight. And I'll see you in Vegas, sir."
All right.
Oh yeah.
So long.
I'll see you guys in Dallas. I'm not going all the way to Vegas. Yeah.
But I mean, you're right, JSPen. You shouldn't trust anybody. I mean, within reason, right? I mean, you can't be completely paranoid. But when it comes to politics, you have to vet every single individual. You can't just vote party lines regardless of party.
Absolutely, man. You can't just drink the Kool-Aid and go along.
Nobody
agrees with every plank on a platform. Nobody does.
Oh, yeah. They just don't. I actually had that conversation with my coworker where he brought that up specifically. We're talking about that, and I told him, like, the people I despise the most that I think shouldn't be voting are party line voters. The ones that are always like, vote blue or vote red, no matter who. And I said, this is a thing I've had since I was in fucking maybe late middle school or high school. That's how I've been felt about this. Where this is my term for those people has always been those are the Hitler voters.
Yeah.
And why I say that is, of course, because to get reaction too. Because if that is how you vote, you literally could have like somebody on par Hitler run for your party, and you would put him in power because you aren't paying attention. Because for you, like, oh, there's an R right there. Let me just slap that R, and you don't realize you may have just destroyed the entire world. Like that's how reckless you are being with your vote. You shouldn't vote. Period.
Yeah, they call them like on the Democratic side, they call them yellow dog Democrats.
Yeah,
because you can throw a yellow dog in a suit.
The other thing too is don't just take everybody's word for it. This is something I always say. It's like, don't even just take my word for it. Do your own research. That's the reason why doing your own research is so important, because there's times where, hey, people make mistakes. I get shit wrong all the fucking time. Yep. I try and do my best to be as accurate as possible, but I will make mistakes. And it's the reason why you need to do your own research and just don't take people's words for it.
Absolutely. Look at the politicians' voting record more than anything. Don't even listen to what's coming out of their mouth. What did they actually put into action?
Yep. Look at their Liberty scores.
Yep.
You got it.
JS, I saw that you unmuted earlier. I wasn't sure if you had something to say or not.
No, that's all I have to say. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me grab some more super chats real quick. MrTickleTrunk for 2.2 Canadian. Rumble could be blocked in certain contexts. Yeah, I saw your last couple of comments regarding that. I don't know. That's so weird, man. I wouldn't put it past YouTube. Because they're kind of petty like that, but
I've had a lot of weird stuff when I try to like send stuff, like especially on Midnight's Edge, like a couple times more, where I'm trying to send a super chat, and then like the weirdest freaking words end up for some reason becoming flagged and banned, so I can't send the message in unless I rewrite the word, replace it somewhere else, or I just have to like just rewrite the entire message into something else. Like I said, I had it where I realized it was freaking Dylan, just the name Dylan had become flagged, and I couldn't send my super chat in because they were all talking. They brought up, Dylan Mulvaney, and that was like a week or two ago. So I had to like freaking, even just trying to like respell and do all these funny tricks wasn't working. So I just called him freaking Dill, and that managed to get through.
That's wild.
They even banned the word. They even banned the word. They flagged the word gay, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
the word.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I've noticed that when I'm excuse me. I've noticed that when I'm moderating certain channels. Because everybody like to joke the latent gay thing, and that's why a lot of people put GHEY, and they've even flagged that. You have to go in and manually allow even GHEY. It's so dumb.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, they're getting wise to the alternative spellings.
God.
Yeah,
So
I
dumb.
don't know what they do. So, because a couple years ago, I tried to do a super chat where basically all I was trying to say is that environmentalists are just watermelons, green on the outside and red on the inside. And I had a really hard time getting that super chat through.
That's a good one.
But
I had to wordsmith it quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
and you shouldn't have to. That's the thing. That's messed up about it.
Why make it hard for you to contribute to their wallet? First of all, what do they get? 30% of that?
Yep.
Screw them. I'm done.
All right, let Terminus have his piece.
Yeah, it's annoying. It happens. It happens to me like a lot whenever I try send a super chat with some like colorful language. I am just the damn like algorithm censors me, and it's even getting hard to just use like special characters or numbers just to to replace ace letters, like the at sign for A and the number 3 for E, for the letter E,
Yep.
Yeah,
Gotta get creative sometimes.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, dude. The fucking
Actually, Comix, I think I've talked to you about this last year about them flagging the word gay.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't want to know what? That's gay.
It is. It's super gay.
Yeah. I think I told you it was hypocrisy much because people are saying like "say gay," and yet YouTube flagged it.
Well, remember they're flagging gay content too. A couple years ago, and the LibTeakBook community got kind of pissed about it. and they're talking about how they're trying to promote like gay creators and their content's getting censored. It was funny. It's
awesome.
just like, yeah, note the irony.
Oh yeah, because
that's a
they end up
beautiful
having to
thing.
admit their algorithms aren't regional sectored off like they claim. And the reason was because you were having gay content being promoted out in the Middle Eastern areas, and it was getting them in trouble. So what they did was they put a lock on it, but because their shit isn't sectored off like it's supposed to, if you're going to be this widespread international, it meant that when they put those restrictions in to protect the Middle Eastern market, those restrictions flowed to all of the market. So they were getting nailed across the board because, as I said, they never freaking sectioned their shit. Like, the whole back end of YouTube's a mess. Like, I bring up again that It's a Gundam podcast with on Some Ordinary Podcast that when he guested on, one of the guys actually mentioned this. They found out the review teams for that YouTube uses, because there's, I believe, 3, and I believe I'm forgetting the third one, but I know there's Pakistani and Singapore, 2 of those. And he says depending on your time zone, when you send in your review, one of those teams are going to pick it up. So and India is the third one. So depending on your content, what some people found out is the best way to like sort of cheat the system is you have to know what time zone each team is for relative to you, and send specific videos to be reviewed by those teams. So that because it'll be content to be like, the someone will be like, this is misogynist. So like, Singapore thinks it's misogynist, I'll send it to Pakistanis. So the Pakistanis will be like, we see no problem here, green light. Like, nice. That's how you have to game the system. Like, do like actually like review gaming like that.
That's hilarious. The algorithm's a fun little game to play. It really is.
The algorithm.
Yep.
Anybody seen Nefarious yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
I saw the Covenant yesterday.
How was it?
Oh, it was pretty intense. I liked it.
Oh, okay. Which one's that about?
Basically, it's with Jake Gyllenhaal, and he plays a soldier that's in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They're hunting the Taliban, but unfortunately, the team gets ambushed, and now he and his interpreter have to make it back to base.
Oh, interesting. All right, talk some Anflu for $5. The problem is the labels. We are Americans and should all agree on the Constitution as a base belief system. Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist in this country currently.
Right.
Well, this is
doesn't
the problem.
work when only one side believes in the Constitution.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Well, not only that, it's like it's kind of hard when you don't have people with a cohesive system of values either. I mean, that's honestly the kind of the biggest problem with this country right now is we can't even agree on morality. We can't even agree on you shouldn't do certain things to children. I mean, that's the thing. That's it's kind of messed up.
And also,
the culture's very
what I've
fractured.
noticed is actually over the years, and I've noticed this all the way back since I was in college in the 80s, and that was the dumbing down of America. I mean, that's something I've seen.
Oh, I've been talking about that shit for years, man.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the reason why we're where we're at, because people don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
As I was talking to my coworker, we had something similar conversation. I brought up like one of the things where I said like the whole universal like ideals and everything. I said essential idea is like ideally, and I said this was the example again, would be like you could have a black supremacist and a white supremacist who despise each other, who'd always pick each other over someone that they agree with, because the people they agree with don't agree to the rule books that the two that hate each other do. They'll rather pick the guy they hate that agrees to the same set of rules that you know you're going to play by, that you're both going to follow, than pick someone that you like that agrees with you but doesn't believe in that rule book. Because you never know when that's going to get turned on you. So I said, ideally, like that's essentially supposed to be like the idea we go into for this, but we don't have that anymore.
Yeah. It's an issue.
Yep.
Daniel for $5 says Canada, America Light, same country, double the politeness.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I would say that's a lie, but then I learned what happened, what you guys did with one day without police, and I realized, okay, yeah, you guys are American Light. You ever heard about that event?
Well, the secret is that Canadians, they're nice until you piss them off, then they're just real assholes.
No, they're nice until you can tell them there's no punishment. Like, do you ever hear about that parent riot? I forget what town it is, but the police went on strike for one day, and immediately the whole town went into a riot. Like a taxi company went, burned down a rival limo company, so they would take them out. You had ice cream stores fighting, like it went complete bedlam, and everyone's like, I thought you were all Canadians. Like, yeah, no, as soon as they were like, wait, rule of law suspended for 1 day, this is our chance, everybody. Let's go. We got grudges to settle. I'm like, oh, damn.
So you guys just internalize it and bottle it all up.
Back to the Rumble thing. Toxic Manful says, Mr. TickleTrunk, did you spell Rumble anal sex? I make that mistake.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Libertarians are as organized as anarchist, LOL. Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on the libertarian, because you have anarcho-capitalists, and that's that.
Well, that's it. Well, no. You have anarchists, you have anarcho-capitalists, you have Rothbardians, you have just a shit ton of variations on the same being. So, yeah.
It's
Well, to be
I'm
fair,
for
real anarchists,
smaller
you'll never
government
meet.
as much as
They're all in the
possible.
woods.
How about being American? That would be good.
That would be a good start.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think that the main problem, and again, I as a libertarian realize what I want is unrealistic.
Well, it's you if you're a purist like anarcho-capitalist or
not even that, just like the whole idea of smaller government, just wanting smaller government is unrealistic.
That
feels like it.
I understand it, but they're definitely utopianists, and
I wouldn't consider myself a utopianist. I just want to get all the garbage out, right? I want.
Oh no, I get what you're saying. I
people to have liberty and not have to fear their government.
That would be nice.
Like
the whole
larger
point
government thing for me
is that the government is supposed to fear the people. The people are not supposed to fear the government.
Right.
100%.
Exactly.
Like this is the thing where one day I was talking to my buddy and I mentioned, I said, like I would actually accept the larger government sort of like policies, whatever. But they need to have, it's sort of like you see with like what happened at Disney and the Reedy Creek, where at the time it didn't seem like big. Like it's sort of like when at the time, because the morality and the sense of community was different, there were a lot of loopholes that were left behind when they did stuff,
right?
Because they didn't comprehend. We're like, well, we all like each other. We do for the stuff for the betterment of the country and our people. They didn't, but they see people exploiting it. They didn't see the deterioration of the community that lack a sense of purpose as a group, where people will start exploiting that stuff. Where I'm like, now, if you want to do like larger government, all right, I'll actually give you that. You have to put a lot of kill switches in it. There has to be, see like built-in expiration dates, built-in follow-ups, like all of these all these checks and restraints on it that essentially were, if you left it alone and you forgot about it, it would just kill itself behind the scenes and be gone.
Right.
Like
Sunset
you would actually
clauses.
be actively involved. So you don't have this perpetual infinite government just running nonstop for eternity.
Well, it's like what Jefferson's argument was about the 27 years. Every single law should expire in 27 years. You should have to renew the whole thing, because if it's that important and if it's that functioning, then you will have no problem just passing it again. But everything should have an expiration date.
Sunset law.
That's the fact we have hundreds of laws in our books that are essentially expired. They don't mean shit. Like there's literally laws they joke where it's like, can't water your lawn on Tuesday, can't put a pie on your windowsill, whatever. And we laugh, it's a joke. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm like,
there was a reason for that time.
Yeah, that is a good use of AI
you
right
grab
there.
a law book. Those old school outdated laws are still in the fucking law book.
Exactly.
So you have a bunch of bloat. I'm like, cut out those pages already, for God's sake. It's like, we can't even fucking do that.
But that's why lawyers get the money. They can interpret the law their way they want to do it. And that's why I basically say, no, it's to be different. You go ahead and reverse these laws, go back, because they contradict each other. They're all this.
Well, lawyers would make money cleaning up those other laws.
Exactly.
These are laws that are so expired. Like as he said,
Problem is the laws become black magic and voodoo at this point. That's the issue.
That's like that's what they always just say about the tax code. That's the one thing you can completely and totally destroy a man and never leave a mark using the U.S. tax code.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because you have to cover the tax code and accounting. So when I'm covering we're covering it. I'm looking through it. Like one thing you realize very quickly, the day, like essentially the tax code was built in like what wealth meant, like maybe 100 years ago or such. Yeah. It is so out of date. Like the top earners that like you would see, you would get hit in the top branch of the tax code. That would be our millionaires today. Like right now, everyone should be knocked down 1 or 2 brackets in the tax code to reflect where it's supposed to actually be for the normal person. And then you see the more wealthy people actually finally get nailed by those higher brackets or such. But instead, no, we apply it the same straight lay standard in the process. You're just fucking over everybody.
That's
I've been noticing this year a lot of people are paying when they didn't. We owe for the first time in a long time.
Really?
Has anybody ever noticed? Has anybody else noticed this?
I always owe money.
Oh yeah,
I never owe money because I always file single and none. I make them take out more. You know,
Yeah, I do as well, and I'm actually surprised. This is the first time in a while where I'm actually getting money back this year. It's like, how the fuck did that happen?
Damn, I've never gotten money back.
Well, the reason
I'm
why
doing
is
something
because
wrong then. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I think the reason why is because my wife took a new position last year, and it technically makes less money than she was making at her other place, but she's a lot happier with the job she's at now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, that makes sense. Why we're getting money back this time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, usually I go and I claim nothing, and I typically have them take out more because I know I end up owing. And because there's a few times where I've owed like $5,000. I know that's nothing compared to Tox.
We've had that problem ourselves, you know, and that's why we file single and none, both of us. It's like a savings account. You get it back at the end of the year.
But it's a saving account where you get no interest on it. But
the government gets an interest-free loan.
Yeah, it's an interest-free loan to the government.
I got 4 kids, so we always get stuff. We always get money back.
Yeah, Tara, I don't know if there's anything else you're wanting to add to that, but
yeah, there's a reason why I go by Tax Terra. Now, the various tax codes are just an abomination, and it's awful, and I need to adjust my withholding for next year. It was not a good year.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I don't know, I would love to put myself out of a job with the tax code. I believe that we need to get rid of the income tax. It is slavery, and we need to go back to excise taxes and import duties.
Yeah.
I believe that the way to control government spending is to put more power and control into the people for how much tax they pay. And when you have taxes on transactions, it's easier for people to control. Like if you don't want to, pay an excise tax on, importing Scotch whiskey or whatever, you can just not buy it.
Yep.
Although, I think people should be able to buy Scotch whiskey, but it gives the people more power control over that. And even though I know we all hate paying gasoline taxes, but it's one of those taxes that I think philosophically is more moral because it is a tax on transit, and it goes into a fund. It pays for the roads.
At least it's supposed
for
to.
Specific
Yeah, there you go.
purpose.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. No, actually, I'd hate to say that we should probably pay more, but really, the fuel excise taxes barely pay for maintenance. Of course, I absolutely loathe all these new public-private partnerships that they're doing with all these toll roads. Like Rick Perry went nuts with the damn toll roads in Texas, and the rates that are paid are just obscene. And I lived in Houston for a long time, and the Beltway 8 is a toll road for most of the way around Houston, and it's a POS highway. It's not even in that great a shape, and yet they keep jacking up the tolls. It's ridiculous.
Yep, there's a reason why I call him Governor Goodhair.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was the one that was responsible for all our green energy BS too, wasn't he, Comix?
Yeah, I believe so.
I just remembered another reason why I don't trust libertarians.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Joe Exotic.
Libertarian?
I think he said
he's running for president. He's running for president right now.
He'd probably make a better president than what we've got now. So
sadly,
why not?
He's an
Joe Exotic,
I like the way he treated those cats.
Yeah,
that's true.
Look, I just want Joe Exotic debating Biden. Could you imagine the shit he would say? Oh,
That would be popcorn pay-per-view worth paying for.
yep. Dude, just make it pay-per-view. You can just make it pay-per-view Showtime. Slap it up for anyone in the world to pay for and watch, and that shit will pay for the American budget for the next 2 years.
Shit, a rematch between Joe and Trump would be entertaining.
Oh, 100%.
Especially if it actually took place in like
not too exotic.
It looks like it's
level.
gonna happen.
It would be
too.
entertaining, but exotic would be like fucking someone put ADHD in the room.
Did Joe
I
announce
mean-
yet? Because they're saying he's going to this week coming up.
I think DeSantis is going to announce sometime this week, but yeah.
DeSantis won't announce until the session's over in Florida. Until the congressional session's over in Florida.
He shouldn't run if he. God.
This is his only shot. If he's going to run, this is his window.
No,
I don't think it is. I don't think it's the only shot.
But he's term limited. He's term limited as Florida governor. What's he going to do? Disappear from the public sphere for 4 years?
It doesn't matter. If he runs this time, I'll guarantee you there won't be a Trump supporter who will fucking pull the trigger for him in 28.
Yeah, here's the issue too. DeSantis is only popular in the political, like not even popular. So let me rephrase it. Like, for example, my mom barely knows who the hell DeSantis is. The only reason she even recognized the name is because my brother now lives in Florida.
Right.
And that Newsom did a trip over there, was talking shit. She's like, hey, who's DeSantis? Like, outside of Florida, outside the conservative political sphere, which a lot of it's the online sphere.
Right.
Like, all right, let's talk about the Midwest. Like, go to the northern states, all these states, Trump. How many people can you go there? Oh, who do you know who Ron DeSantis is? They're like, who?
Nope.
He doesn't actually have the pull outside the political. Like, if you go to a normal everyday person who's very detached from politics, who like doesn't want to bother with it, do they know his name? Like, Trump had the celebrity because he was on TV.
Right.
That helped really boost him. That gave him a very strong leg. DeSantis doesn't have it in the political sphere. Yeah, he has a strong boost, but that won't carry over into the freaking normie sphere where like the normal, more detached voters are. And that's where. And if he does run, the Floridians are going to see it as a betrayal because he's bailing on his duty midway as governor, and it could end up easily fucking him over as governor. Because the thing is, a lot of the people who swung for DeSantis are now Republican. Like, you look at Latino vote, a lot of them are still Democrats. They just aren't voting for the Democrats because all of them are fucking communists. So they're supporting DeSantis, but they will flip back in Democrat in a heartbeat. So if he betrays them, he loses a huge supporting block instantly. He's in too tedious foundation to do so. He needs to solidify, bolster himself up. Like, he's at a perfect launching pad to grow his career for a run in 2028 or 32, where he'll be able to have that weight presence where he could run, be a national name, and claim the White House. But
I'd like to see
him.
I'd like to see him finish his battle with Disney. I'd like to see him finish that.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come
sure.
back
He needs
sooner than later.
That's why I said if he bails now, he's destroyed any chance he has of Floridian support in the future.
Yep.
If he waited one more go round, he would get the Republican nomination.
I believe he would.
I think so as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
as I said, he can wait. He has plenty of time to wait as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, maintaining a somewhat steady curve or such. Because right now, all this freaking infighting. Because the main thing that's hurting him on the infighting is people are really starting to believe, wait, is he actually going to run? Is he just going to abandon us in Florida? And that's what's tanking a lot of his polls. People don't want him to run.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize his polls were like in the 35-40% range. They're now tracking in the lower 20s right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This would be him jumping the guns. That's why I say, like, a DeSantis
Jumping
run
the
right
shark,
now would be his worst political mistake.
Yeah, I was at a park 2 days ago, and a Chinese national gave me this flyer, and it goes through what's going on in Florida right now. There's a House Bill SB 1355, that the Democrats are trying to get in, allowing Chinese nationals to buy land in Florida.
Jesus.
So then she is a native, a villager. The ones that villagers. Word villager is villain. So when they say villain, they're talking about the little people. So that's a term from the elite. But she gave me this, and then she wants to do an interview with me, and her name is Scarlett, but she's actually from China. But she was there on January 6th. And then she took the picture. She has photographs of the actual getting hit and everything like that from in January 6th in Washington, D.C., which is kind of freaky to me. Yeah. But the fact that she's this little Chinese woman was saying all this stuff, and we connected, of course, because we are on the same side, and that's China's really asshole, basically. And yeah, again, people are out there wanting something different. But DeSantis needs to stay in Florida because of this, because of what's happening here. They're coming. They're still coming for Florida.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, you also I've also been hearing about all these like military age Chinese men like coming across our borders.
Yes,
Yeah.
down from Mexico.
Yeah, we've briefly talked about that. Yeah,
Don't they still have problems with invasive species in Florida, or not anymore?
I think they do.
I think there's a few they still gotta that keep coming back and everything because people keep bringing the damn things in as pets. I know like iguanas are one. They have this. There's this one snail that's there that actually eats like wall stucco and everything, so it actually becomes a building hazard because it'll damage your building integrity if you get a swarm of them going through your fucking walls.
Crazy.
I think they're still offering like scalps for like boa constrictors and stuff too out in the marshes. If I remember correctly.
The freaking scalp, the bounty game there is very lucrative still. So if you go there hunting for iguanas, certain gators head, the snakes and everything,
lizard. Right?
Yeah,
Reuben's like,
why not?
And some of that could be food.
That's right. Gators get eaten.
No, that's what we used to do. We used to go in Texas when we were little. We used to go out rabbit hunting, snake hunting. We go and cut it up and eat it right there. That's what you do.
There's a YouTube channel that's nothing but that. It's the guy going out and doing these bounty hunting where it's him and his dogs hunting down iguanas and everything. Cage just shows him
is
going
that
to
the guy with is that the guy from down? I think he's in Orlando or somewhere down there, maybe Melbourne. But yeah, he does iguana hunting with a pellet gun, and it's a pretty powerful pellet gun because you'll watch the iguana kind of like pop open like a weasel when he shoots them. It's like, oh, it's pretty graphic.
Well, I would imagine so. That sounds gnarly.
Oh yeah, no, it's you see some of the ones and you're like, damn, they're barely holding together. I still remember the one video he went crocodile hunting and they were using the boomstick and he was explaining like how it functions. And this was the voiceover of it because what happened was he got injured on this one because the last second it bucked. So it went above the water surface just as the stick went off. So when the shotgun shell nailed it, he got hit with shrapnel.
Jesus.
But he was like, oh, he got to go to the hospital. And here, like, we got to go and get it out. He's like, all right, I don't want to pay the extra $1,000 for anesthesia. I'll just stay awake and you can do it. So they're going in, opening him up to go get it. And the guy's like, I can't find it. Shit, get the x-ray. So they had to go get the x-ray guy again. So the guy's there with his fingers inside him. He's laying on the table in pain as they're going through the x-ray, trying to figure out, did we cut in the right area? Okay, we're in the right area. Oh, it's a little to the left. All right, there it is. Oh, we got it.
Oh,
and it's like it's a piece of the back of the shell, like almost the size of your thumbnail, like half your thumbnail. That got embedded in him. I was like,
jeez.
And he did that with no anesthesia. Oh
my god. All right.
That's what you got?
For 2.2 Canadian, Gay Rumble. Yeah, you can get that through, apparently. Yeah, he was talking about, actually, I'll highlight this one that he sent me earlier. He goes, test Rumble followers, member channel, subscribe, didn't send. Interesting. Yeah.
It's probably because you had those other keywords in there. It said search.
Yeah, well, that's what he was talking about.
When you have other keywords. They're like,
what he was
saying. Ban trees.
Yeah.
Once you hit one section,
MrTickleTrunk for another 5.5 Canadian. Canada casts a spell every year to put all of our anger and hate into Canada's geese. They fly south and poop on the United States during our winters.
That makes so much sense.
Damn it.
So essentially, we've been doping this entire time, and no one else has. Thank you.
Yeah. Socks Bad Flu for $2. Comix Division still wears underoos. Thanks,
jeez.
Also, Johnny David has been a member for a full month at the Take My Money Damn It level. He says, thanks for welcoming me here, and here's to bigger and better comics, musician / father, and former Australian ruler footballer from Western Australia. And he has, I guess, a little Australian flag.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, sir.
Good for him.
Southern Bell says, home mortgage, new calculations, rewards, low FICO scores, and penalizes high FICO credit scores. Yeah, I know. We'll be talking about that on Monday. That's
so
nuts,
sad.
man. Even my mom was pinging me about that because my wife works in the mortgage industry, and she was like, just like, has your wife heard about this? I was like, I don't know. I'll ask her and find out.
Oh God.
But yeah, that
it's like
crazy.
the one.
They're
That's
jacking
what I
up
mean.
the
Where it's like
scoring
you just
process?
pissed off all the normies with that.
Oh God, yes.
Yep, big time. Randall says, I met a Hong Kong Democratic protester. He had to flee Hong Kong as he lost everything. He's a young guy too. Wow, that's awful. I mean,
I'm still of the opinion we should have just flown. Like, dude, I would just take importing all of them here into California. It would help balance out the commies. Like, just take them all here, but sit them here in California. You have to.
No, what
it would
they'll
help
do
deal
is
with the commies. If we need to, we can send our commies out to China. Here, we'll trade
they'll
you
do it
people.
like everybody else. They'll bust them to Florida, so Florida could be more red.
Oh my dude, if they
That's
were
exactly
dumb enough
what
to
they
do
do.
that, yeah, they would be like, Florida would be like, we'll take the anti-commies over here. They would get along with the Cubans and the freaking Venezuelans, everyone else. You would have a multiracial anti-communist front right down there.
But the amount of people who are basically, not publicly, well, yeah, publicly on the left or on the mainstream media are saying that don't go to Florida. Florida's bad. And going, it's crazy. And I'm going, yeah, don't come to Florida. Just stay away.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please
Stay
don't
out of
come
there.
these red
Stay
states.
away from us.
So I guess Tox is trying to prove him wrong, or maybe he's proving him right. I don't know. It says Comics Gay Rumble Odyssey. Subscribe to him.
Man.
It sounds like gibberish to me.
There was a time where I wanted to move to California, and I thought I could live here. And then I saw the gas prices, and I'm like, screw that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I saw the gas prices in the politics, and I was like, fuck that.
This was back in 2018. It was like it was $4.18 there.
Yeah, back before back when the gas prices were good.
And guys, don't forget, you've got to keep an eye on California, because the way California goes, usually the rest of the country goes. I mean,
it's a cutie.
It's
To a
true.
certain extent.
I mean, we had
way more so.
We had an entire department at Libby Glass wiped out by one law that they passed in California.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it was. We were doing. I was a deco operator there in the aughts. Okay, and I was these silk screen machines. They had lead-based paint. Okay, and this stuff, to get it in your system, once we painted the glass with it. I mean, any Bud Light glass. We used to do Red Robin's glasses. I mean, just tons of alcohol promotion deals and stuff like that. That you'd see in bars, or package sets you'd buy with a bottle of whiskey or something with the Jack Daniel's logo on a shot glass. It was all lead-based paint, and they passed a law saying that you couldn't use it because people might get lead poisoning from it. And now, to get this stuff in your system, once we send it through a leer and adhered it to the glass, you'd have to punch it into a fine powder, break it up into a fine powder, and drink it somehow.
Yes.
You could never get it into yourself. There's no way. And it wiped out that entire department. It was ridiculous, man. That's why I'm saying, if you think, you can sit here and say California's crazy and all this stuff, but you better pay attention to what's going on out there, because eventually it bleeds to the rest of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So TickleTrunk is asking, why would Cali laws affect everyone else? It's not the idea that it's their laws. It's the idea is that California,
other states mimic our laws.
Yeah, the Fed uses it as a blueprint.
They are 5 years ahead of everybody else. Is the statement? Or, which
because remember,
hope is
California
wrong.
had the reputation, because this is the one thing a lot of people forget, is because obviously now it's not the case, but California was viewed as like the U.S. as a golden child, because we were an economic powerhouse. Like I said, if we were in an independent country, it'd be seventh economic power in the world. Now, of course, a lot of caveats actually prove how untrue that is, but essentially that's how we were viewed. So a lot of states, when they see us, they're like, well, we want California's success. We want California's success. So that's their idea of like, we would do shit. And a bunch of other states were like, well, California did it, and people are talking about doing it over here. So screw it. It works for California. Let's do it here.
Well,
Now,
the other thing too, Marksman, is that you have people who leave California and they bring California with them.
That's right.
So they also try and implement other stuff. And this, even before, the shit that happened with 2020, you had this happen in Portland, My brother has lived there for quite some time, and he was telling me all about this. And this also happened to Austin too back in the 90s.
Yep.
It happened to Austin first before it happened to Portland. But
sorry,
that's fine. They realized that it's cheaper in Oregon, and at the time Portland. Now it's outrageously expensive.
Right.
They go and they move there. They start buying up property. More Californians start moving in. They start renting to them, so they jack up the prices, which, because they're making California money and living in a cheaper area, they're able to go and increase the price of rent, kick out the locals, which is the reason why they started having a homeless problem, because no one is able to have affordable housing now, because for the most part, a lot of people in Portland, they're kind of like bohemians in a lot of way, right? I mean, they at the time, you could be a waitress or a waiter and afford a pretty decent home or an apartment. And it wasn't a big deal. But since then, everything increased in price. Suddenly, you start having this large spike in homelessness.
I remember when Gary first got here, my super chat to him was, "Welcome to Texas. Now get out."
That's priceless.
Nice.
That's priceless. Man.
Nice.
Yeah,
that is
sure.
good.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can
Dude, my
remember
brother
we
has
saw
a
the
big
same
demo.
stuff. We saw the same stuff in Idaho. Boise was the same way. When they weren't moving to Portland, they were moving up to Boise, and I can still remember 2-bedroom, 1,000 square foot condo going for like $42,000 in 1985, and I was sitting there thinking, "My God, that's ridiculously expensive." I'm gonna wait and see if the market bubble burst or something like that. It would burst, but it would be in 2008 before it happened, and prices quadrupled before then. So that was.
Well, I mean, that's what was happening here. I mean, when my wife and we bought our home, it was less than 300,000.
Right
now, I don't know if it's still at that rate, but we were basically running comps on it because we're just curious with what's going on. It was like 450.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, it's just like, that's insane. It's like, I told her, because we got her back in 2018, and the crazy thing about too is the house was on the market for over a year, and nobody bought it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it just that's just the way it was. And you know, when 2020 hit, like everybody could not sell their house fast enough.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
You're right.
And I was like, I'm not doing shit.
We bought in 21. We bought in 21. It was like, that was weird because it was like early last year in 22. It was like really weird because we saw the price go up almost $50,000 in 6 months. And it's like, what the hell's going on with that? I mean, since then it's traced itself back, but it's to a certain extent, but it's still.
Right. I mean, there will be. It's just like what happened with 2008, where you're going to have that bubble burst because of the stuff that was going on, and we're going to have something very similar. But you know, eventually it'll go back up again.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. Johnny David for 2 Australian says Australia is now 90% extreme left Labor on the map.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm honestly not surprised by that, man. I'm really not.
I think there was an FNT on this. I mean, it was on FNT. I take that back. Where there was a video about them being forced into these homes in Australia.
They weren't being forced into homes.
stuff?
They were being forced into COVID camps.
Yeah,
COVID
camps.
camps.
That's what they were.
Yeah,
that was the bungalows and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You see the commercials they had for
Crazy
them too.
shit.
Oh, it was horrible.
You're trying to make it sound like it was some sort of retreat. It's like people don't run away trying to escape from a retreat.
Yeah, you don't have to put 10-foot chain link fence around a retreat.
Right.
No.
The funniest part is they don't talk about it, but it's like with that and with the whole mandated jabs, they've lost a bunch of lawsuits. They're gonna have to paying out like hundreds of thousands of dollars to all the victims for it. Where it's like, oh, we mandated, and a lot of these are like people where it's like we had certain health conditions that actually this was a risk, and basically like any medical procedure is like a risk for us. You force us to get this, we're crippled for the rest of our lives now. You owe us, and the government's like, all right, we're paying out a couple $100,000 to you, and we're talking about tens of thousands. I think it may be in the hundreds of thousands of people now for the jab, and also for getting just thrown out their house, put into the camps, because that's just a disruption for some people.
Is this in Australia?
Just ruined their life. It was Australia. They don't talk about it, but I remember I saw some stuff talking about that, and it's like just It was like one of those small reports where, like, in the quietly, and oh, by the way, we were wrong, so we're paying out a bunch of money. Okay, next thing on the news segments, it's like it's basically that's how they were treating that stuff, but they are paying greatly for it.
That's sad.
Good.
Oh, hey guys, so about y'all keeping an eye on California. Well, I've been like lately I've been keeping an eye on what China does, because as y'all know, like Klaus Schwab the web was
he loves China.
Yeah, and there's this and there's this really good account on Twitter that I follow, that I watch regularly. It's by a guy named Song Ping Yang, and I'm gonna post this Twitter link. The Twitter link.
Is that like Bing Dang Ow?
No, no, it's a real Twitter user, but
holy fook.
We too low.
Yeah, we too low.
Jesus.
Well, yeah.
Something Wong.
Turn this shit.
No.
I can still remember seeing that video when I watched that news anchor read that.
Oh God, it was bad.
It's not. Yeah, but I'm seriously, man. It's no joke. But this person on Twitter, it's been he regularly posts some like videos from Chinese from users of Chinese TikTok of the daily life that goes around in China, and all the crazy surveillance shit that's going on there. You know, like yeah, like on this tweet lately, like it says that there was this video of how, you know, Xi Jinping has been hiring like a bunch of agriculture police officers and they're pretty much they're coming for farmers who don't plant what the government's the plants that the government approves, you know. Also they've really been using police they've really been using police robots like out in the streets to like keep track on their citizens, like, and and also
that's the next step.
That is the next step. They've talked about that here too, Terminus, and you bring up a good point. The whole ESG system came from their social credit score.
That's where it comes from.
So we need to pay attention.
Yeah, it's just you really need to pay it's a really y'all really need to follow
I don't think the ESG actually came from that, but the social credit thing is definitely going to be coming from them.
Well, yeah, but it's built into that ESG is literally it's part of it.
Yeah, I know it. I know it's part of it.
But
I've covered
the
it.
thing is I was actually shocked when I heard that Vanguard basically renounced ESG and
well, there's another thing they're probably going to use, which is the ESI or something like that, or
that's the
CSI. Yeah, I don't remember the name. I was reading an article about it the other day, but it's like corporate something or other index.
Corporate social index or something.
Yeah, corporate. No, I don't think it has. CSI. Like I said, I don't remember.
Right now, as we speak,
I knew Bell would remember.
CEI. That's what it is. Yeah, there you go. CEI.
What is CEI?
Yeah,
government.
But the thing I saw that disturbed the shit out of me the other day was they're replacing Dalmatians. I mean, it's not like that they really use Dalmatians anymore, but they're replacing Dalmatians at fire departments with robot Dalmatians.
Oh yeah,
that's creepy. First thought was, holy fuck, it's 19. It's Fahrenheit 451.
451.
Yeah. Where they had the fucking robot dogs. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah,
what are these?
China,
what are these?
They're doing that. They got robot dogs there, and
are these the spot robots like from I can't think of.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're a ripoff of the Boston.
Yeah. Boston Dynamics.
Yeah. They're basically version. Okay, yeah. Bell as always is on it. She says corporate equality index. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah.
Comics. And that actually predates ESG. That's actually been around for a while.
Comic.
Well, a lot of that stuff, Europe's way farther ahead of us on that stuff. They've been applying to that. Like if you go to like Coca-Cola's website over in Europe, the European version one, it talks about all the social stuff that they do, how much money they donate to all these different things, and how they comply with government and everything else. So yeah,
yes, thank you.
It's a scary looking at the
I will never comply to government.
Here.
Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because guys, as we speak, I'm just watching, this video on something yank that shows this robot dog in China on the street corner telling all the Chinese people to show all the Chinese citizens to show their COVID passports,
Yeah, I followed it.
Yeah,
I see
it's
you
a
dropped
really
it in
good
the
channel.
chat.
Yeah, it's because y'all really need to follow it. Just really need to to keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on
Stay
China.
vigilant.
Yeah,
Stay
100%.
vigilant.
Well, the other thing too, there was like I see like this one thing with the social credit system video. Oh, wow, from MSNBC. It's probably the same lady that did this like a year ago, but they're talking about the whole thing with like the COVID passports on their phone. And I played it on one of my streams, and it was disturbing as hell. Oh my god! I mean, it was insane.
What was
like because like if you're in an area too long and it's like a red zone, you could be flagged.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you have COVID or not.
You mean in China?
Yeah, in China.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see lots of those videos about their the COVID passport system, and they could just cut you off from society and then switch your QR code to red.
Yeah. It's
and people wonder why my favorite Marvel movie is Captain America: Winter Soldier. It's because it deals with that subject matter, right? The dangers of the surveillance state. Yep.
Yeah, it's like they put all that better control people. But yeah, to talk about how they have the whole CIE, like the precursor to the ESG scores. Like the one benefit we have is that just how freaking dysfunctional it is. I don't know if you heard what's going on in Germany. It's been going around as a meme because they shut down their last 3 nuclear reactors to be in compliance with their new green energy policy, whatever the hell it is.
Germany?
Do you know what they're doing now? That they shut down those 3
burning
factories?
Coal. They're burning coal. Burning coal like a motherfucker.
I've even seen the pictures. They have the giant fucking mining machines. And they say, we're tearing up villages and forests that have been untouched for hundreds of years to get to some of the most shittest quality coal on the continent of Europe because they shut down the 3 freaking reactors in the name of green energy, and they're allowed to do this under the same green energy bill.
Yep, they can burn coal because they shut down their nuclear power plants. Genius.
And somehow that's green energy.
We'll rape the land for green energy. Yeah,
that's right.
Sounds good.
Oh, just like what we do for renewables.
Yep, for like the lithium mines and all of that stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm done with the lies of saying fossil fuel. There's no such thing as a fossil fuel. It's all natural. It's a lie. And then what's
well, it's not even from fucking fossils.
When was Earth Day
deteriorated carbon?
Yesterday or whatever.
And the craziest thing, here's something. I remember years ago. This is Germany, the one place where they had it brand new, and apparently understand they sort of like just mothballed this program where it was to help subsidize energy. It was like factories where they would run a lot of the sewage, waste, and trash through it, and they would just burn it all, and they would basically use the fuel from it to power it, purify the sewage, so you get clean water out of it, burn off all the waste using the geothermal, and in the process you were getting power. And the one place, I remember when they showcased, they were operating already at a positive. So for the scale facility output, it was all in the green. So they said, all we have to do now is spread it out, see what places we can get it more in, and it would help subsidize more of the power grid, deal with the waste problem, free up more water. It was a win across the fucking board. Everyone is fucking happy with it.
That's nothing new. They had a power plant until 2008 in New York City that they did the same thing with. They just literally backed the garbage trucks into it, and they would burn all that right there on the docks.
Yeah,
and, it was. I think it was like a 2 or 3 megawatt power plant. It was a pretty good sized location, but they shut that one down.
What?
So just bad.
What was I gonna say?
And the green energy policies basically said, nope, no more of this, shut it down. And I'm like, where exactly does this not fit the green fucking? This would be the result of your green energy policy.
Because the
What
goal is not.
What were you going to say, J.S. Pena?
Do you think Hitler would have agreed to this green energy thing, or no?
If he thought he could turn it to his power.
Also, there's something I
she's
saw on Facebook a few months back. Like there was this meme about who created car companies, like Ford made Ford and whatever. But at the end of the meme, it was talking about Volkswagen and how okay, what's the deal? Were they originally a car garage that were just by themselves, and then they got bought by the Nazis, or did the Nazis just found them?
I don't necessarily know the history. I just know that ultimately they were responsible for the Volkswagen.
Yeah, Volkswagen, I think that started like around 1918 or something like that, just after First World War. But that's
but they were responsible for the Beetle essentially.
Oh, founded in 1937.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought they were older than that.
The People's Car Project.
Yeah, no, it
Volkswagen
was actually started by the Nazi Party because
because I'm not exactly sure that the party was the one to establish. I think what it was they wanted to have their own competing sort of car company to go with the other ones, and Volkswagen was a company getting off the ground, and they sort of picked up and said the government, the party, is going to sponsor you so you can build us a line of cars. So we have German engineering on the field. So we are exporting German engineering so we compete with the American engineering and all that stuff. So Volkswagen was sort of picked up as the party car, as like the staple, saying, see, this is our car. This is our German engineering. This is our superior German engineering. And they helped bolster the company up and get it going.
I think the Germans.
But as if they actually founded it or not, I don't know.
Well, I don't think it wasn't founded by Hitler himself, but I think it definitely had ties to the Nazi Party, and they were responsible for it being successful.
Yeah, I think I'm talking more in the lines of like, did they order the development of a car branch? Like the Nazi Party say, all right, we need to have our own automotive. We're signing a bill to have the creation of an automotive company to do the car. Like if they did that, I don't know if that's how Volkswagen not, or if it's a small company they picked up, sponsored as the face of the party, and grew it to the size with party funds and such.
I know the Nazis, or should I say Yahtzees, or doesn't matter anymore.
I typically just say Nazis. I don't care about
all right, so I know the Nazis were one of the first to try de-extinction, if y'all know what that is.
Yeah,
they did it with a prehistoric oxen called an aurochs, but now it's just called a heck cattle because, well, they couldn't make a pure aurochs.
So did they succeed?
Well, they sort of. Well, like I said, they sort of succeeded because, well, they couldn't make a pure aurochs, so they just made something called heck cattle, and it's still alive today.
That's interesting. I'm
even
not aware of that.
There's even a documentary about it called Hitler's Jurassic Zoo.
Huh.
That's nice. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that the Nazis did.
Yeah. They were trying everything.
They legit were. I mean, my favorite is the Nazi bell, which is basically it's the alleged time travel machine that they're working on.
What? That was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like anti-grav. It was actually supposed to be able to like float up in the air, and supposedly they turned it on one time and the whole thing like disappeared or something.
Yeah.
I
actually used that in a story for one of my tabletop games.
Nice. Really? That's cool, man.
Because we were doing a game it was set in the 1930s, and it was like right before World War II, and it was set in and technically in the UK, but there was the whole Nazi element going on, and there was a plot that I had where they basically were using the Nazis used the bell to change history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weird. That's wild. That's a fun little campaign. I love that alternate history stuff. Like people that tell those stories and things like that. I think they're always fun.
It was like a Hellboy type game, right? Where
hell yeah.
I mean, it wasn't Hellboy per se, but it was like the idea that they deal with the paranormal, and some of the characters were I think one of them was like a half dragon. One of the guys was an alien.
You can do so much with those role-playing games, man. They're so much fun. They really are. I mean, it's just you're limited by your imagination. And
Yeah.
it's so great.
Chrononauts asked me what system I'm using, or I was using the Hero system. It's the same system I'm using now. That's the reason why I like it, because you could do all sorts of really kind of crazy shit.
Hey,
What, you
Comix,
say you don't want to be a barista working in a magical Starbucks?
I'm gonna bail real quick, bud. I got a friend that wants to kick my ass at sports ball, so.
Well, go kick his ass at sports ball.
I'm gonna
There
do
you go,
that,
Joes.
man. Look, it's great to see my fellow Dix Divisioneers here. You guys take it easy, and
All right. We'll see you again.
come check out the channel when you get a chance, guys. I'll be on again Wednesday, and I'll be on again tomorrow with 70esrockfan tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I think we start. Canon Films Club getting together again. Razorfist is supposed to be there, so it should be fun. We're doing the what is it? Chuck Norris Missing in Action trilogy. We're doing that tomorrow, so it'll be fun. You guys come check us out.
Nice.
Thanks,
And that
Joe.
was-
Thanks for stopping by. It's good seeing you, man.
It's
You
always good to see you guys. Take care. We'll see you later.
See you, Joe.
See you, Joe.
Hasta.
Teach you that. Come on with no ticket.
No ticket.
No ticket.
All right, hey, I also have to head out as well.
Okay,
so I'm
we'll
next.
get you out of here.
Yeah.
Real quick, I think I don't know who was trying to get in earlier. I don't know if that was you, Smokey NZ, but if you're more than welcome to jump on if you want to. We'll get you out of here, Marksman. And
Bye, Marksman.
there you are.
All right. There you go. By the way, I dropped this funny video in chat because there's a guy I follow here on YouTube who makes history videos, but using memes done to hard bass music made by his friends here on YouTube who are all independent DJs. So I just put one in the chat if you guys want to check it out. They're very funny videos, and as silly as they are, if you know history, you'll be surprised about all the little details that he gets in there using all these funny memes, like using Doge and Popcat and everything.
Dope.
Like the one I posted is A Normal Day in Afghanistan, the Graveyard of Empires.
Oh man.
They're short, like 2-3 minute videos. But no,
Yeah.
they're very hysterical. But yeah, I'm heading out. Got some chores to do, but if I got time, I'm gonna probably hop on today to start streaming again. Twitch at Gentleman General. I just got Destroy All Humans 2. So anyone misses a taste of that early 2000s sort of like black comedy humor, very inappropriate non-PC,
Yes.
you get to experience a lot of that with that game. Because you're basically fighting as an alien who's ruling America, going to war with the freaking Soviet Union. So what better way to play
Freaking
this story?
hilarious.
Yep.
I love how
All right,
the
well,
plot
nice
of the
talking
first
to you
game is
guys.
basically the aliens wanting a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it is. At the very end of the game, he gets a penis.
Yeah,
Well,
the story is
to,
they
I know this
deteriorated
is
cloning so much they lost
yeah.
genitals
So
to
hey,
get it back to harmless human.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, just so as like yeah, this is I have to give credit at it for 270s, but so the alien got a strap a dick to me. That's just 70s came up with that one, and y'all, but yeah, that's I had to bring that up.
The way it goes, pretty much. You got hippies in the 60s, the freaking anti-war movement. You got the commies running around. You got the British being British, and you got ninjas in Japan in the 60s. Which, my God, that shit is the funniest things ever.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, but it was nice talking to you guys. You all take care, all right?
I also love how the main character is named after a waterborne disease.
Yep.
All right, Marksman, you take care.
See you.
All right. Night, guys.
No ticket.
Animal abuse.
100%.
Now I can add Brahma in.
There's Brahma.
3 bourbons later.
Nice. Loaded Brahma.
3 bourbons later, Brahma is fully loaded.
Oh no.
Oh, let's
It's
see.
Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, he's not fully loaded. Southern Belle for $5. Oh, actually, I gotta back out talks now because Mr. TickleTrunk. Oops, sorry.
Wait a second.
Hi, Docs.
Well, TickleTrunk was here.
He took off.
TickleTrunk, come back. I'll add you back in.
Yeah, come on, dude.
All right, Southern Belle for $5. Check out Comix' Rumble and Tumble and Mud Wrestling Channel.
I think Mr. TickleTrunk just mistake. I think he drunk texted us. Is that what that is?
Maybe. I don't know. Mr. TickleTrunk for 2.2 Canadian. Test for the love of yogurt. Put your banana in your hand. Or in my hand. There we go. Not head. Don't mind me.
Okay.
I'm TickleTrunk.
That's
pretty funny. Just put a banana in your ear. If you guys have not seen the Charlie the Unicorn videos, oh my god, those are so fucking funny.
Charlie, I love Charlie. God, that's my favorite.
Oh,
especially like the ending, the grand finale.
Yep.
It's a genius.
We're in the breeze, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's across the
choo-choo
shun the
choo.
non-believer. Shun the non-believer. Shun.
The banana song is fucking hilarious.
I know.
All right. Toxic Man Flu for $2. Money for Mr. TickleTrunk's a banana yank business. So Chrononaut was asking. I was also asking about what time travel story are y'all talking about over building the machine and it poofing? Oh, it was called the Nazi Bell. There was like an actual name for it. I don't remember what it is, but if you Google Nazi Bell or time travel bell, you'll find out all about it. That's like the legend or behind it, because the Nazis did all sorts of like crazy weird shit. They allegedly had this bell that could time travel.
So does it relate to Southern Belle?
No. Well, it was just shaped like a bell.
I know, I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's some good
It's
YouTube
really
videos
weird.
on it. It's a
Yep.
fun story. I love that kind of weird. I love that weird history kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
There's a really good channel for that. The Y-Files.
Oh yeah.
Basically goes through all that stuff and then debunks whatever is actually debunked.
It's really good.
But he does it in a very cool narrative way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He has the hecklefish in the back too. I'd like the hecklefish.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty based.
Nice.
Just the comments that he makes, but he's not overtly political at all.
But he put out the actual. I read the document, the CIA document on how to remote view. And it's and I've done that.
Yeah, they did a lot of crazy experiments with all that stuff. They've done a lot of that. They were researching everything. The Cold War, man, whatever kind of crazy project they thought could get them an advantage over the Soviets. They were like, yeah, we'll throw money at that. Sure, why not? Let's try something.
These guys, Die Glock. I know that Frightening Me also said it too, but yeah, Die Glock was the name of it.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yep.
Yeah. It was all part of the weird kind of occult thing. And that was like my whole thing since it was like a paranormal game, was that all like the paranormal shit what the Nazis were doing was all true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was all the stuff that they were fighting against, was like all the weird stuff. Because Hitler actually had like this one lady who was like a psychic. And I actually had her make an appearance as like a super psychic. So
nice.
it was pretty fun game.
That sounds like a good time. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Brahmabull and Togs, did y'all hear what I was talking about earlier about the Nazis trying de-extinction?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About the Oryx.
Yeah.
I hear it all, even in the back.
Oh my.
That's an interesting way to phrase that.
I know.
I've been working on stuff for the next couple of specials that we're doing, things like that. So,
yeah, and we've all been doing recording and stuff.
Yeah, new TNT thing, and I'm trying to do a thumbnail for Vegas. Right now.
Wait till you guys see the new Thursday Night Throwdown intro.
Oh God,
Tox has been working on it.
Tox can even hear the moaning. Tox can even hear the moaning from the girl you're boning under there.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
Yeah, I missed that.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I said Tox can can hear anything in the background, even the girl Reuben's boning under there.
I thought you said the one that Cox was doing.
That's what I said.
No.
That's what I thought at first too.
Hey, Mrs. Flu is okay.
Glad we cleared that up.
Yeah. Make sure you know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And she's yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, we had a bunch of bad stuff happen today, so we've been back and forth trying to get stuff together and friends and things, stuff like that.
It sucks.
Oh,
Well, I know
stuff happens, so she's
all
out.
goes well.
Yep. Yeah. Thing.
I hope so too. So I'll find out when she gets back from that stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, all kinds of stuff going on. I mean,
yeah, dude.
I know Comix gets laid off and has to start dancing and flopping his penis around for money. It's awful.
Jeez.
You guys don't know. Every time WG drops $20-$25, Comix is actually in the background jumping up and down naked.
Is that what that takes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll do it for $5, but 20
that's right.
Nice.
is
So
guaranteed.
is that what you did when I joined as a member? Because I think my husband might have a problem.
This is an actual recording of Comix's penis hitting his face when he's doing jumping jacks. That's actually what that is. Yeah. It's
Jumping jackoffs. Jumping jackoffs.
Well, Comix Division. Wow. If it makes you feel any better, welcome to the club. I got laid off last month. So.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
a lot of people
are. As I was telling everybody, I saw this coming back in 2020.
Yeah.
With the election of Joe Biden, I knew the economy was going to shit. And imagine that. Look at that. It's going to shit right now. But
that's okay. It happened to me this time last year. So
I like I said, I saw a comment. I've been prepping for it. I knew the party was going to come to an end at some point. And back in December, like I said, people were laid off. I told my team, save money, pay off debt. You don't know what's around the corner.
Right.
And there's probably going to be more layoffs, which is the reason why I'm saying this.
Yep.
So between my boss and myself, there was redundancy because my director had 2 direct reports and one of them quit, which obviously was not me. So he was managing another team and then me. Technically, he had 1 direct report, which was me. And we've had very candid conversations about how one of us is going to get fired. And it had nothing to do with work. This was just us talking as friends.
Yep.
Because we are friends. And he swore it was going to be him. I was like, nah, man, they're going to can me. They're going to keep you. And we have a company shutdown twice a year, and we just had ours. And I was like, okay, I know they're going to lay people off when we get back from the shutdown. It didn't happen. The reason why it didn't happen is because it was in the middle of the pay cycle. I was like, oh, well, nothing happened. Or I guess maybe I was wrong. And then a week later is when it happened. I was like, well, I guess I wasn't wrong after all. So,
yeah, a little off on your timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like I said, I didn't take in consideration was the pay cycle. So
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're just reorganizing everywhere, and they're downsizing.
Well, yeah, they are, and a lot
it's
of
it's not just with you. It was with where I was at. I had that job for 4 years, and all of a sudden, I come into my weekly meeting with my boss, and oh yeah, bad news, you're done. That's like, oh, great, thanks a lot for the heads up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, typically they can't do that, right? And I was talking to my boss. I was like, "What's this time-sensitive meeting with our VP?" He's like, I just got in here. I had no idea. I was like, well, it was nice knowing you.
Yep. Yeah, you knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, he replies to me, we're friends on LinkedIn, right? I was like,
oh, shit.
You're just making it worse. He's like, I thought this was our usual banter. I was like, yeah, it is, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting fired.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I did. I said, "Are you all on LinkedIn?" When I right before I quit that stupid job that they wanted me to do some bullshit. Yeah, so I'm just doing what I'm doing. Crap.
Yep.
I had a company that before the security door, there was a little side office that just had a table big enough for like 3 or 4 people to sit around.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you knew if somebody got booked into that room, what was going on, because they were already on the outside of security, and they were getting let go. That's all that room was ever used for.
This one place I worked, we had this one lady that worked in HR. I wouldn't say we. I called her the Angel of Death, literally, because whenever she walked into the office, somebody was getting fired.
Wow.
And I felt bad for her because that was the case. And I kept calling her the Angel of Death. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I'm sure that was not an easy job.
It's kind of like that Clooney movie, Up in the Air.
Yeah. Yeah, Up in the Air, where he shows up and this is me walking you out the door. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But with that job, I got up before they could fire me.
Right.
This one, I was like, you guys are gonna have to pay me to leave.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can get severance, I prefer not to ever go on unemployment if I can help it, and I haven't yet. But if you can get severance, take them for the severance.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I did. So, like I said, I'm fortunate. I just can't be done with money right now because I have no idea how long it's gonna take to get a job. But like I said, I got oddly enough, the contract work lined up for my previous employer.
Oh yeah.
But their contractor pay is kind of weird. So, you know, it's. Yeah, like I said, it's a mess. It's just that it's like it could take up to 3 months after I complete the project before I get it.
Yeah,
so,
that seems illegal.
I know that is. Yeah, shit.
Well, a lot of it is the I guess the pay cycle, how they pay contractors. It's not like contract work in the sense that you are a contractor. You basically
you're subcontracting.
You do the job and it's based off of completion. So
yeah.
Without getting to the specifics of what it is, which I'm not going to do. It's I understand why it's done that way. It's not like I've been a contractor before where you get paid like
weekly,
weekly or monthly, depending on the place. But this is completely different. This is actually like project based. So it's like
45 day payout.
I think Comix, you can tell everybody what you do. For the last 10 years, Comix has been a male model for dildo companies. So he has to put his thing in the gel, and they do all that. They pour the mold, and all that stuff. Right. So his best models are the Stubby G and the rectal rectum.
Oh God!
And, I think it's called Rock'em Sock'em Rectum. I think is the name of it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Jesus Christ! That sounds painful.
It reminds me of that one.
The waffling ones are very cool.
Top Secret. You remember that dildo?
I love that. Yeah, the anal intruder. He died with a smile on his face. I
love
that film.
It took him 3 days to get the smile off. Yeah,
the Ford Pinto scene where they're just breaking forever, and you get to the ding.
Yeah, is it Top Secret?
Yeah, Top Secret.
And if he starts some like modeling for promoting double-ended dildos, that's really gonna make ends meet.
Oh my God! You guys killed TickleTrunk. He's dead. He died from laughter.
Rest in peace, TickleTrunk. God, that's
so anyway, apparently, as 11 Alpha pointed out, I am pronouncing die wrong. It is D in German. I'm gonna say die, dude. It's funny because it's die, especially when it's the Nazis. Yeah, and it's not Glock. like Porsche.
Where's that movie from? Shit.
I'm not German. I don't speak German.
I'm not speaking in Dutch.
But you pronounce it like you've got something stuck in your throat.
Oh, shut the fuck. Oh, Lord. There's a Will helicopter for Ford sign.
Yeah, food.
Oh, food. Sorry. I don't know why I thought that was Ford, but it's even funnier.
Yeah, what did Comix say when he got to the ball?
Yeah, Will helicopter for food. Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what he said when he got to the ball.
Look at that. I had no idea what happened.
Whoa, where'd he go? Must have lost internet connection or something.
Back. You have to be very, very gentle with her and calm her down so it goes in very, very easily.
Guys, I got to drive 100 miles in the morning, so.
All right.
I need to bail.
we will get you out of here. And
You guys have a good night. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Anything else you want to plug?
Nothing I can think of.
Be a
Not
lot
right
quicker
now.
if you just catch a ride on Comix's helicopter.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Nice
Bye
to
bye.
Good night.
No ticket.
It's always
Hey, so writing comics is helicopter. So basically, peeing O'Shea's helicopter tours.
Right after you said that, I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh God! Wait, where did
You scared the boss off.
Yep, you threw him all the way into the back.
Oh shit! Oh God!
Sometimes he just gives up and walks away.
Sometimes that's the only thing you can do.
That's so true.
So I've seen Lisa in the chat, and I know Southern Bell's in there, and I think I saw a few others, and we got Tax Terra. There's slowly, I think we're having an estrogen invasion in the Dex division.
Well, you know,
So-
the funny thing about it is like my female audience is like 1.8%.
Oh yeah, you're worse than Gary.
Wow.
So basically, we're all here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole 1.8% is here.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
mean, because
hilarious.
Gary has like a 9.8% or something like that, or
I
Yeah,
haven't
but I
even
mean, he
looked at
talks a lot
mine.
of subjects that kind of cross over that, you know, with the Who and Lord of the Rings and all this.
so the one. The one I don't get is Ryan.
Yeah.
Some girls
Ryan
just
is
like an
very
asshole.
Oh,
effeminate.
I love Ryan.
Oh,
He reminds me of one of my children.
I was joking. That's
Hey, hey.
Who happens to be 12.
I got 13.1% female audience.
How the fuck do you manage
sorry.
that, dude?
Hell if I know. I talk about everything though. Like I don't know. That's kind of wild, but yeah, I got a 13.1%. So.
The methamphetamines.
There you
Well,
go.
that's a good
Yeah,
The
time.
funny
there you
thing
go.
about when my channel was smaller, Mike, my female audience was like 13% or like that, something like that.
That might be why then.
And then I grew and it was like,
Yeah, I wonder what percent of them. What's Reuben's percentage of a female audience? You know,
95 to 96.
About 9 to 10 inches.
Ruben's not even here to hear the joke.
No, he's not. It's the worst part. He had to go. He said he'd be right back.
Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss?
Ah, there he is.
Sorry.
Late,
Shit.
man. Joke's already
Damn it.
done.
Yeah.
Joke's already done
But,
now.
I mean, from anecdotal experience, I don't know a lot of women our age that actually watch YouTube. I know a lot of women that sit there on Facebook and Facebook Reels all day, and their husbands are all, watching YouTube
That is
stuff.
100% true.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'm
the way
doing
my
videos on
wife
Facebook
is.
now. Not Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, my wife almost
Facebook and
constantly
Instagram.
watches
Yeah, it depends
Facebook
on what the
shows.
age group is.
Yeah.
But our age, they're probably on Facebook.
Younger,
Yeah, I spend a lot of
Instagram.
time on Instagram.
My female,
But I knit, and so that I look at a lot of yarn pictures. Sorry.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Hell
There's a
yeah.
lot of stuff on
Yarn
Instagram and
pictures.
Pictionary or whatever that one's called. It's a bunch of stuff there for seeing that. I mean,
But
when I was
last night-
building cat stuff, I was on Pinterest or whatever it was a lot.
Pinterest?
Get playing and stuff next in there.
Etsy.
Well, now that I have
Pinterest.
chickens, like I see all kinds of chicken videos on Instagram.
There you
So
go.
that's actually a lot more addicting than the yarn.
I love my chickens.
Well, I was on Chrissy Mayer's member stream last night, and there was actually a girl out there that was interested in me. So I'm going to reach out to her.
Hey, Reuben.
I'm just glad he didn't say you were on Chrissy Mayer last night. Then I would have to
Oh,
kick
did
you
I
off
do
the
that?
stream. Get out.
No, I did not say that.
All
Yeah,
right.
that would
I think
make
filing
people-
cabinet
do
because-
they ever invite you on Sipcast or something?
Not yet.
No,
He's
I
working
will.
on it.
My audience is at 7.6 female.
There you
Well,
go.
she's having a stream right now, so
Um,
if you finish this one and they're still going, I'll chop
Yeah.
over and see what they're talking about. Razorfish is on there right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he's promoting his new book.
Yep.
That's fine.
Johnny David for 2 Australians says TMS is wrong. You're the best super chatter ever, Comics. he said a correction said super chatter. Super chat.
It's because he went to that his own school for kids to read super chats gooder.
All right.
Reuben is I think Reuben froze. Wait.
Reuben did what with who? How many times?
I think Reuben's froze. Oh yeah, I thought you were frozen. Yeah, but I was about to say Reuben's video female audience is sitting on top of 94% on yeah, he's sitting on top of so much pussy, he's turned into a cooch potato.
All right, Catzilla is now a member for 2 months at the I'll buy that for dollar level. Thank you.
All right, I'm checking my female percentage. It's 30.7%.
Wait, where do you check this at?
Oh, you
on your
analytics,
and you look at your audience page.
Yep.
Lower left.
There's only one female that counts in my life.
I even have viewers from Japan.
Well, wait, shit, my mom.
Hey,
and my sister.
I'm sorry, Tox, I screwed up your joke.
No, you're fine.
Like I said, I also have viewers from Japan for obvious
Reuben,
reasons.
I was about to say, I think
Japan, that's pretty good.
I think you would say counts without the O. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Jason.
I got it.
Just loaded with them tonight.
Well, as I said,
yeah, he is full of it.
Sorry, Jess. Go ahead.
Like I said earlier, I also have viewers from Japan for obvious reasons.
Yes.
You're Japanese?
Yeah. No, look at my avatar.
Oh, yeah. That's Godzilla.
Well, the funny thing about it is that it shows that 50% of my audience is from the United States, and everything else is like 2%.
Which I always thought was weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. Apparently,
everyone else is like, he spelled comics wrong. Fuck that guy.
But that could also be VPN usage, maybe.
Well, okay. The thing is, none of the numbers actually add up, though.
Right.
Like when you actually go and look at it, it's like 50%, 2%, point.
Yeah.
8.2.
I've got 46.9, 1.2, 0.30. I mean, that doesn't make up 100.
No, mine doesn't either, because I've got like 72.4 United States, 3.8 United Kingdom, and it's 2.7, 1.1, 1.0. Well, that doesn't add up to the other 30% that we're missing in there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. My entire audience is viral.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
okay.
But it says here I'm
okay.
50...
Never mind. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
He's a flip.
Regarding what Boosh McFadden just said, hey Boosh, actually, yeah, looking at chats. Actually, Boosh, toxic bird flu is his wife. If you go by the British vernacular.
Yes. Go.
Yes. It gives you age here too.
And toxic swine flu is the ex-wife.
There you go.
All right, guys. It is 10:30 or past 10:30 here. I got a video I need to finish. So we gotta call it quits. I got 2 videos I need to get done before I leave. One of them needs to get finished tonight.
Oh, good, because I've got some. I need to figure out what you and Culture are going to say in that TNT video and get you to cut it for me.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff to do.
So
we'll talk.
We'll start with you, Brown.
You guys know where you can find me. I do stuff on my Rumble. Had a good show last night about hockey because we're now in the playoffs. So go check out my Rumble channel, and then you can find me over here on Comics tomorrow night. So ready to get another week going. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Be interesting. Very interesting. Common Nerd.
Hi. Yeah, I do pop culture videos, a lot like what everybody else does. But I got something really cool coming up that I really want to promote on Wednesday night. I've been promoting the hell out of the Nefarious movie. Been trying to get everybody to go see it because it's really good. Sean Patrick Flannery did an absolutely amazing job. I've had 2 of the actors on my channel so far. One of them is John Cann, who's he's been a stuntman for almost 40 years in Hollywood. He had some great stories. I had David Grayson on last week, and then this week I have both of the directors of the movie coming on my Wednesday night show, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Winding Down Wednesdays. We were going to have both the directors on from Nefarious to talk about the movie, obviously promote it, talk about all the crazy stories to go on. And these guys also have been in Hollywood for a long time, so I'm sure they'll have some other great stories to go along with that besides just the Nefarious stuff. So come check me out. That's going to be an absolute lot of fun. I cannot wait. It absolutely blows me away that I'm in a situation where I'm getting to talk to 2 Hollywood veteran directors that I actually got to go see their movie in the theater. Like, this is just blowing my freaking mind. So this has been fun. This has been great. I just crossed 2,400 subscribers last week. So if you haven't already, come check me out. Come give me a subscribe. It's going to be a good time over there. We're growing and growing and growing. So
right on, dude.
Thanks for having me, Comix. Appreciate you guys. Love seeing y'all on the members chat. This is great.
Take care. Terminus.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's been fun. It's been a fun little night. It's just even though I came a bit late, pause, and yeah, I'm just glad I ended up on a high note and had a couple of jokes, and also like I brought y'all's attention to that Twitter. To that guy on Twitter with about this reporting what's going on in China, because yeah, it's something that everybody should keep an eye on. Really.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you can find me at EST84 Terminus, and I just I'm not a hardcore Twitter addict. I just like to post things, give my commentary on what's going on in the world, like be it pop culture or current events, and yeah, and just hang out with the rest of this fellowship, and just bring in my own brand of humor, and spread my own little brand of humor around, you know.
Well, Terminus, as always, dude, thanks for being here. Your comments are always funny, dude.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Hey, and I'm glad you came, because sometimes you don't, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
All right, Taxterra.
Well, thanks. I just basically just came to watch a member stream since I'm a new member, and I don't know how in the world I ended up on a live stream on YouTube.
You clicked the link is what you did.
Maybe next time I'll actually have an avatar. But you'll see me sometimes in the live chat over at Deprogram with Carrie Smith, and also at FNT, and also check out the premiere knitting podcast on Rumble at Politically Incorrect Knitters. I don't do it, but sometimes you'll see me in the comment section over there as well. Thanks.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a member. Tim.
I am Tim Hayes, and you can find me on YouTube under my name, and I'll show off DVDs from my collection, like Secret of the Incas, that paved the way for the Indiana Jones movies.
Nice.
And plus some Roger Corman produced drive-in flicks. As well as more traditional Hollywood studio movies.
Ooh, The Road.
Arthur.
Yeah, very good movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then I also show off some of my toys, like my custom Star Wars land speeder toy.
That's actually custom?
Yeah, this is a custom.
Damn.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the blue Snaggletooth is just a reproduction, but this is an original Walrus Man in there.
Oh,
wow.
Dude, that is awesome.
So I show off stuff like that in my videos.
Right on, man. As always, Tim, it's a pleasure having you here, and you're getting a fierce beard there, man.
Yeah, it's going to be gone, though, next month. I'm going to get a haircut. This is going to be all shortened, and I'll just have them trim it all off.
All right. Well, it was good seeing you. Reuben.
Thank you again, Comics. I love it. This is, again, I love starting the week Sunday with fun. This is fun. You can find me. I have a Twitter account now. Be quiet. My conjecture, because that's what I'm basically doing regarding the whole aspect of all the different articles I'll be writing out. Go follow me there. My Rumble channel, I have 6 channels out there. The majority are actually comedy, and then my weight loss is I'm now down to 444. And I, again, from 650 to 444, yeah, I have a lot way to go. And like I said before, I'm going to do a homage to Geeks and Gamers, and my new goal of my weight loss goal is to be at 199, basically the 199 aspect of it here. So I'm just doing this stuff because, again, I love the fact that you all make me laugh, and I can go sleep at night knowing that, hey, I can be laughed at, memed at, and have a good time. So thank you very much again.
All right. Thank you, sir. J.S. Pena.
Hey guys, so I have a YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I also have Instagram, but I don't know if any of y'all have Instagram. Let me give y'all my channel in case.
I technically have Instagram. I just don't use it.
Yeah, I need to get a new mobile device to use Instagram.
You share that to the chat,
Yeah, Toxic, you share that out.
please. And yeah, so thank you for having me on, and I'm glad I don't like beer. And also, please check out the documentary Hitler's Jurassic Zoo. It was on Animal
Yeah,
Planet.
it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you're glad. Yeah, just yeah, it's good. That you don't drink beer because you might get an ailment. You know.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Terminus.
Oh man, thank you, J.S. Pena. And Toxic Manflu, what we got going on?
Absolutely nothing.
That's what I thought.
Absolutely nothing.
And the show then.
And the show. So tomorrow night we've got Becca Lower on from Red State. We've been doing a lot of good stuff with Red State since we started talking with Brandon. A couple of other of their people that I'm trying to get to and talk to behind the scenes. But Becca does a lot of good articles over there. She's pretty fierce with her takes. So give Red State a try. Come in and watch us tomorrow as we talk with her. We are going to be talking about this whole mortgage thing that's coming up. There's a couple of other things out there that, maybe we'll talk about the beer thing. But yeah, Becca's on. And then Thursday, there will be a live stream. So that live stream is going to be in a studio in Las Vegas. And I will not be on it, but Comics will be there. And then I think Shagsworth is going to do something right after that. So some comics, is going to be culture. I think Brahma is going to be on remotely, and probably Corey and Nick as well for Vegas. I might make an appearance. I am going to be in Parts Unknown at that time, but join us for Vegas. And then we've got a lot of stuff planned coming up in May.
Awesome.
We may have No Green Rocks in studio with me for from our show into Shag's show. We'll see.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Vegas is going to be a blast. Ow.
Yeah, I've already created the thumbnail.
Yeah, he did. Looks
I
good.
already have FOMO.
Trying to get those on.
I know you do. But there's Dallas.
Dallas
and
is gonna
I'm
be
looking forward,
fantastic.
seriously, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing
I wish
everybody
I
there.
could come if I only could drive and had a.
When's Dallas again?
June 7th through 11th is when we will be
Yeah,
there.
okay.
The con is the 9th through the 11th. We'll probably.
I'm in the Dallas area.
Shit, I'll make
but I
sure for
wish
that
I
one.
could
Then
come.
let's see what happens. Yeah.
So we are thinking about doing something on Thursday, the 8th of June.
Oh.
So we'll send something out as we get closer. We're going to get through Vegas first, but as we get closer, we'll send something out and see what kind of interest there is.
Yeah, we kind of don't want to plan something and then find out that Gary has something planned.
Yeah.
So
well, here's what I'm going to say. I don't care. Okay. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to wait until a week before for them to figure out what they're going to do. We're going to plan something. If I don't hear anything by Vegas, then we're just going to go ahead and do something. and get together and talk to the people that.
I'll get the
anywhere
details,
around.
Fox. I'll talk to Gary.
Yeah. I get to there because I can't. I don't want to give people, if they want to be there,
short
like
notice,
2 days notice or 2 weeks notice on things. You know,
that's
fair from there. So
what we can say is we will all be out there, and I believe we've all agreed to go to the con on Saturday. All the Dix Division people. So, regardless of what happens, we will all be at the con on Saturday.
Unless something happens with the upgrade that I'm supposed to be doing, that I'm going to be playing hooky on.
I'll shoot for that then. I'll shoot for that day, definitely.
But yeah, everyone who's going to be in Vegas, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. I'm looking forward to hanging out with the FNT crew as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be great to see Culture Casino again.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I need some pictures of Culture. Video of him like in front of the Bellagio, looking all dejected, and his hair flowing around, and
posing in his
Tom's written a
mankini.
song. Oh, Tom has written a song.
Oh, God bless Tom.
My God,
That's
yes.
gonna be great.
Oh, yeah, we got some good stuff going on.
Yeah. Talk some. Tim. If Tim decides to grow out his hair and his beard, he sure looks like a doppelganger of Culture.
Yeah, it's Culture Haze.
Culture Haze.
I believe Tim's hair is real, though.
Yes.
Not a weed.
Thank you to everyone who left the donation. I certainly do appreciate it, especially under these circumstances right now. So thank you so very much. And on that note, I will see you tomorrow night as we yell at parked cars because we're just a bunch of lunatics.
Here.
It's true.
Yep. All right, Talks, for all those credits, and we will see you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. A huge thanks to all the supporters. Without you, Comix Division would probably be hoeing on a corner somewhere. Thank you all for watching. You
So
are
glad you put music
amazing.
in. We don't have to fill the silence anymore.
No. Good night, YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Did I play the wrong credits?
That's fine.